have bullets in it yet, but I own one. Tomorrow.
I'll make sure
Hey, y'all.
some 380.
Tomorrow morning, I'm supposed to be allowed to shoot them.
Oh, okay.
After tomorrow morning, you're
After
supposed to be
tomorrow.
allowed
Oh,
to
it's your
shoot it.
birthday dinner.
Earl's
Training.
daughter.
Started?
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, it is smaller
It's,
than
I
mine.
told you it was smaller than your 380.
I didn't think
It's
it was
unloaded,
really
by the
that
way.
much smaller.
It's little. It's a little. Look.
It's a very little one. Mine's in the kitchen. Hold on.
I always keep my pistol in the kitchen.
It's in
What's
my-
up, Tank? Paula Joe Davis, Earl's daughter. What's everybody doing?
I had to get my last bite, so I'm not.
Oh my gosh, the chat. Holy cow.
There's like.
Awesome.
Matthew, bias. Matthew, why are you biased? Backyard prepping. What's up? Don, bearded. Canoes to the moon.
Gotta
Canoes
show
to the moon.
peoples.
Yes, and we also have a people guest later, but hey man, you gonna wave hi to the peoples?
Mr. Douglas? I
I made it.
Mr. Dudley made it. Benjamin Morgan, we love you too. But for real though, how come you're not Benjamin Moore? How come there's no paint? You're not the paint guy?
Everybody thinks it's your birthday.
It's not my birthday.
My birthday.
No, tomorrow's your birthday.
At midnight, it's my birthday. People have been saying happy birthday to him all day.
5 hours from now. But why is there a
This morning, he did the brief in the kitchen, and her happy
Devin?
birthday
What's
man
up, brother? Where did that birthday?
Somebody thinks Renee's your wife.
No,
I'm his work.
that's my work wife.
I'm his wife. I would say like, what do you just tell somebody you tell to do all your
Mike,
stuff?
shalom. Gosh, dang people. It's not my birthday. It's Renee's birthday. Happy
Tomorrow.
birthday, Renee. It's not my birthday. Oh, geez,
And I'm
y'all.
not his wife.
And that's not my wife.
I just order things.
We are too much alike. It would never work. Yeah, I'd be like,
Hey, no chance
It's not my birthday either.
it's currently 0 people's birthday. Just so we're on the same page here. 0 people have a birthday right now. Tomorrow. What? Well, within bear camp,
Tomorrow is my birthday. What?
it's not my birthday. Oh, Craig, knock it off. Tommy, shalom, brother.
Not Dudley's birthday.
Hashtag not my birthday, parakeet assault. Awesome, bless you, brother. And Weeze has some gummy bears.
That's what makes me your wife.
All right,
They come on
got
and
it.
they see me and they're like,
Who is that?
that?
No, this is my wife right here.
Tell him, mommy.
hi.
What's up, rookie in training? Danielle. Hey, Dudley's here.
depending on
Oh, hey, Dudley's here. Hey, it's Dudley.
It's not Shiny's birthday either.
It is
Happy birthday,
0
Shiny.
people
not
currently
Shiny's
have a
birthday.
birthday in bear camp.
Come on now.
Shield Maiden. Happy early birthday. Well done, Shield Maiden. See, Shield Maiden pays attention. Good job. Dudley the Dragon. Andrew. I know. The Dragon. Perfect radio handle.
Oh yeah, you
Bear
were
one to
live stream
Dragon
since
actual.
your 100,000.
No, I haven't. You're right, I haven't. Cassie Shalom, sister. And Bob White is here. Thank you, Bob. Lee, what's up, Lee? All the wrenches. Holy cow, the chat goes. Logan Matthias, shalom, brother. Hey, Logan, it was great to get to meet you in person, man. Really, like, thank you. Like,
Those two over there, like,
that was awesome. It was really good to meet you, brother. Really good to meet you. So, thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Dudley was
Freaking
the
awesome.
light. Sharon.
Dudley,
Stuff like copy and paste on your phone with the little like present
Yes,
thing.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's got that set up.
you are so good at
I'm doing
at
75 miles per hour, just like
I
this.
know. And he's still like
in a semi.
share, like, and follow.
Hey, Oki's here too. Oki is here. David, knock
Open
it.
his dinner.
Knock. Yeah, Oki did make us dinner. So who wants to here?
Dudley is literally sitting there.
Admin.
Like he is. I'm sorry, admin. Yes.
Tell them what Oki made for dinner.
Oki made us the best chili.
Ah!
Okay, they can't even hear me talk with y'all.
Well, speak up. Project from the
Oh,
diaphragm.
should I show her the thing?
Ooh, what thing? Huh?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But Oki made us chili. This morning, we complained about it raining and that I tried to cancel homeschool. And they're all like, no, we can do school when it's raining. It's fine. I tried to get us out of
Horses
it.
do not cancel. Horses don't cancel.
So horses don't cancel and shooting class doesn't cancel when it's raining.
You didn't know
So-
about the guns.
Yeah, the
Yeah, we
guns.
had an instruction,
They had
block of
instruct-
instruction on how guns work.
Instruction on guns. And so we did that. And so Oki's like, it's okay, I'm making chili. And we didn't realize that we got to eat the chili. And about like 3 o'clock, he's like, so what time should I bring chili over? And we're all like, oh, we get to eat the
It's
chili?
us
We're like,
chili.
yeah.
And cornbread.
And cornbread and Fritos.
Yes.
So yeah, we just had the best chili
It was
with all the
freaking awesome.
fixins.
It was really awesome.
It was awesome.
So a while ago, Melissa bought me this, and she's like, I just thought that this was really appropriate for your homestead. And now I see that it's really appropriate for your homestead.
Oh gosh.
Show the people. Badass admin. Happy birthday.
Like a necklace.
Yeah, you need to hang it on a gold chain. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
like a gold chain, big old gold chain. I'm like rocking my leg.
Put a safety pin on it, be your name tag.
It's my name tag. I come packing my own name tag.
You should have worn that the whole shit.
Soko, yeah, Soko people are like, what's bad? They don't
Have you all met Bad?
bad. It's never going to end, is it? Like, it's
No,
never,
never.
It's
Nope.
stuck.
That,
always going to
you're
be.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. You can thank Melissa for that one.
It's gonna fall off.
His chili is the best. It's tremendous. Believe you. Please use Trump voice. It is the best. Believe it. Nobody makes a chili in a pot made of crock like Oki does. It's the best pot of crock I've ever seen. Believe it. I built a wall around that pot. Nobody gets it unless you have a green card, photo identification. No mail-ins for the chili. Believe it. No beans. No beans, you beaners. No beans. Believe it. Believe it. It's really good though. It actually is tremendous. No, I want some tremendous chili. Well, Patricia, unfortunately, I don't think chili ships well.
We haven't
You
bought
know?
a freeze dryer yet. When we buy a freeze dryer, we can freeze dry Oki's chili and sell it to the
Hold
masses.
on. Now that there's a business model involved with this freeze dryer,
It's like
hey,
like-
start another
that
LLC.
rage exploding emoji, like, oh yeah,
Moshe's. Yes.
Moshe's freeze dried.
Next week. This week we gotta start 2. I can't start.
Yeah, we got to go see the attorney on Friday. Guys, we're doing big things. It's awesome.
They're like, wow, she jumped on that, didn't she?
I'm telling you. But like,
I've already asked them. I've already been
Listen,
in contact. trust
we
me.
are influencers.
Yeah.
100K,
They're
it's
like-
a whole different ballgame.
They're like, we don't need you to sell these things.
No,
We can't keep
they're
up with the
selling
industry.
enough. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It's like something
their
being
lead
like, I
time
can
went
sell
from
your bear
like
packs
5
for you.
weeks to like 10
We'd be like,
weeks.
Yeah,
no,
me too,
please
bro.
don't.
Yeah.
Please don't sell our bear packs for us. Yeah.
500 pouches on order. Praise Yah. That's huge.
Right.
That's huge.
All you bear men peoples,
They're coming.
They're coming.
they're coming.
They're coming. Gosh dang, they're coming, man. We have
It's like
been
we're 6
busting
weeks out
tail.
and we're 6 weeks out.
Yeah. Daniel Thompson shooting. Hey, what's up, man? I follow him on Instagram, and he does the shooty stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, he does like 2-gun, 3-gun, IPSC. I think IPSC. The pew pews.
How do you do 3 guns?
So
One hand
one
somewhere?
you
Wait,
tie
really?
one to your leg, and then one on each hand, and then you hobble around, and then there's a specific portion of the course where you have to like get your foot up in the air and like.
So do you do like a spin kick and pull a rope or something? Is that-
Yeah, that's what you do. No, you
Startup funds for bear and
Yeah, I just noticed that.
That would be Moshe
Thank
chili.
you. Moshe's.
This
It's going to be called
own
Moshe's.
marketing.
It's going to be bulk and freeze dried that is clean for our for those of us who keep Leviticus 11. Bear, do you have Hero Soap on the website? No, Backyard Prepping. You got to go to the Hero Soap site and just use promo code Bear there. Thank you for doing that, though, man. It will make your dangles tingle, like straight up. Curtis Spencer, shalom, brother. I know Curtis Spencer from the way back in the meat world. Yeah, yeah, he's a good dude.
The meat?
In the meat world, yeah, like
When were you in the meat world?
when people are made of meat, like here on the porch,
Right.
like real people.
Uh-huh.
I mean, y'all are real people.
Are you
I
from
just
like IRL?
yes, IRL. I'm so sorry. My bad. I didn't know.
In real life?
Oh.
What does one bring to Sukkot when invited? Camp chairs, a tent shit. Like that's what I tell everybody. They're like,
Camping basically.
yeah, a tent and tent shit, camp chairs, and whatever you want to drink. And then if you want to bring meat for the grill, bring meat for the grill. And your Bible, for sure, your Bible.
Yeah, we need sides.
Sides more than meat.
We could eat sides, all of us, for 12 years and still have sides left over.
Corn or beef.
How do you all feel about wheat as a side?
Wheat
We're,
side?
we're having uncooked, not ground wheat
No
the
pork
whole week.
rinds.
Yeah,
No pork.
no pork rinds. Yeah, we should have rice. I got a good feeling about rice. Chad, bless you, Chad. And what?
Warm
Warm
clothing.
clothing.
And warm clothes.
It's
Well,
Oklahoma. We don't know yet.
Well, yeah.
We were wondering that.
Shan, there's still some spots open for Tulsa.
Vegan
A
marshmallows.
good bit, actually. You should please check them out. I would really appreciate it if you did.
Yeah.
Hey, will the Patreon promo code work for that store person?
Vegan. Realize the tags are-
Ooh, I'll tell you what.
Hold on.
Oh, pounds of beef
Beef
bacon.
bacon.
We only have 16 cases on order
Nice.
for Sukkot. I'm not exaggerating.
Are they coming in time?
October 1st. Yep.
You better eat our chicken to make room in the freezer.
Or find another freezer.
Oh, there's that whole lamb
They're in stock, I
sausage thing.
Okay, copy.
We use more.
What is Tulsa? Tulsa is our 4-hour Stop the Bleed class. The Stop the Bleed class, I'm going to give you the 30-second spiel. At least I'm going to try. And go. It's an 8-hour TCCC, Tactical Combat Casualty Care curriculum, boiled down into a 4-hour class. There's 2 hours of actual hands-on instruction with that. 2 hours of classroom. It covers using a cat tourniquet, packing wounds with quick clot, using a pressure dressing, improvised tourniquets, chest seals, trauma triage, and more. And then, and you get a trainer kit with it. You get a trainer kit with it.
There's another happy birthday bear.
Happy birthday to me. It's not my birthday, but happy birthday to me. So that's cool.
Patreon 10 for everything.
Oktoberfest, yes. Rex. Yeah, but also make a promo code for Bear Nation right now. Promo code Bear
We already
Nation.
have one.
We do. Does it work on the things? Make it work on the things and let me know. Rex, you're coming to Oktoberfest at Bear's house, right? I sure am, T. All right, cool. I can't wait to see you here, man.
Do I have Rex on the list?
Not yet. Renee, put Rex on the list.
I have a list, y'all.
Okay, T. All right, Rex, you're on the list. Yeah,
Don't
come
be
on,
laughing
brother.
at my list over there.
For real. Open
my
invite. Yeah, Randy, you're coming too.
Being good.
Randy?
Patriot
Randy?
Plumber Shalom. Yes. You'll explain later. Yankees friends.
And Bear Nation.
Patriot Plumber Shalom. It's wow, this chat is a mess tonight. Bless y'all. Rex, come. Okay. Cool. You don't actually sound like that. I'm just messing with you, brother. All the names. Patriot Plumber, you should be coming to Sukkot as well. Okay, T, sounds good. All right, awesome. Bring the family. I sure will, T. All right, cool. We're always working, constantly. I mean, I have a pretty easy job. It's sit on my porch and drink whiskey while I talk to y'all.
Tell Renee to
But-
do things.
Do things, Renee.
And Homie.
Okay,
Homie,
T.
tell Homie
Do
to
things,
so.
Homie. Okay, T. So, nailed it.
DR just laughs at us.
I saw that, foe.
What did you do? Can I
Happy
delete it?
birthday. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, man. Gosh, dang, we're 15 minutes into the show. We've done nothing but BS.
Happy birthday, sir.
It's not my birthday, but if you want to send me whiskey, just email me and I'll tell you where to send it for my not birthday. That's fine. I'm happy to receive. Barrels or larger is the appropriate quantity. So,
Dudley's like, I know whose birthday.
Brother Dalton, least
Okay.
of Judah. Rex and
Nation
Bear,
is
that'd be
good.
cool. Bear Nation is good. Bear Nation does what for us? Tell them.
10% off.
10% off what?
Everything.
Including training.
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Good job, homie. Thanks, T.
Whose
All right,
birthday
guys.
is it then?
Oh my gosh, with the birthday.
Happy birthday, Bear. They just keep going. Whose birthday is it?
No one. It is no one's birthday.
Tommy forgot to take the sign down.
Okay, y'all, I am like,
Hold on.
I'm ridiculous.
Promo code Bear Nation at the store. 10% off everything in the store, including training. So bless y'all. Promo code Bear Nation. Love y'all. You are the best. It's not my birthday. It's nobody else's birthday here. And go.
Someone says birthday lasagna is good though.
It is. It is. Extra saucy. Although sometimes kind of cheesy. So it depends.
It should not be cheesy.
It should not be
It should
cheesy.
not be cheesy.
Do you have any plans for birthday lasagna tomorrow?
Yeah.
You do.
Birth-
Good for
birthday
you.
tacos.
Listen, whatever you're into. So what were you trying?
Extra queso on that one.
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday, everybody.
What is happening?
No, I'm the worst at decorations, y'all. Like,
They go up.
at our old house, yeah, they went up and they would stay up for like
Until
a
the next
good year.
birthday.
Yeah, until the next birthday. And like we always, and like back before Torah when we did Christmas, I would put the Christmas tree up, and then it stayed up all year long. It just
It drove
became-
me freaking
Yeah.
crazy. It's like, you got to take that tree down. She's like,
No,
no,
it says yours.
I like it. I'm
I like the tree. I like the light.
it's Nimrod's penis. Make it disappear.
No, I said pre-Torah.
Yeah, I know.
Can you pay for the class with HSA?
Can you pay for the class with HSA?
I don't know. I don't run the store. I run the other
Yes,
stuff.
yes, because you're getting a training kit.
So you can use HSA to pay for the class?
Let's.
Let me Google.
She's going to
Hold
Google.
on.
She's googling right now, everybody. Bud Light. Rob is
Somebody
very.
go try.
Rob Roundhouse is very excited about Bud Light. You see that even with an exclamation point. He didn't say Bud Light. He said Bud Light, like that, just like that. Bert. There's a big difference between B-U-R-T and B-R-R-R-R-T, because that Bert is.
Everyone do a shot. It's Bear's birthday.
I'm gonna do a shot at my iPhone with a hollow point. It's not Bear's
You
birthday.
can buy tampons with your HSA?
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. What?
All medical supplies.
All medical over the counter.
Tampons are not medical
You can buy like
supplies.
Q-tips. and
That's
cotton
literally
balls.
part of the class.
Okay, so the short answer is yes, you could technically use. Well, it says
Will
for
Square let
personal
you do it.
training. Hang on.
Will
This is
Square-
personal.
Your
Will
gym
Square
membership
let you
can
do
be
it.
HSA.
Don't tell them that. Don't get fit.
Well,
Come to
I will
training.
Will Square let you do it? Is the question.
Right. Hang on,
Yes.
I'm
I
still
don't care
finding
about
it.
the
You're still
government
researching?
rules.
Hold on.
Can we click a button? Is the question.
Can we click a
Do it,
button?
let us know.
Is there a cat on your shoulder, sir?
Yes.
That is not a parrot. Please remove that thing. Unless you will put on an eye patch and lead me to some treasure. In which case, I agree. I approve this message.
Can somebody go into the store and click HSA approved?
I don't know. There's only 7 cell phones here, other than mine.
Someone go sign up for training right now.
Click the
So,
button.
who's
Click
on
the
it?
button.
Who's on it? Badger's on it. Wait, hold on. What did he say?
I don't
No,
know.
he said Grolsch. Grolsch is the best. Grolsch swing tops. Back in my heathen days, there was a place on the lake in White Lake, New York, that had Grolsch swing tops and fried gator tail. And we would go in and buy Grolsch swing tops, buy the case, and get like 4 orders of fried gator tail, and just sit and just. It was the best. Grolsch is so good. Guys, it's not my birthday.
Did it work, Dudley? Did you say it's approved?
That's what Hami said. That's why I put upside down question mark.
It's medical monitoring.
Somebody said,
and
who would want toxic
testing
shock syndrome in your bullet
devices
wound?
and
Swing tops are the best.
First aid kit, first aid treatment and supply.
They get a first aid kit with it. I'm going to say yes. What pistol did you have in the brief? It didn't look like the 21C. It's not. It's the Taurus G2C. It's a little cheap, compact 9mm, 12+1. For me, it's great at close distances. If I remember I have to hold right of the target because my hands are this size and the gun is smaller than this size. So no matter what I try and do, it just doesn't. There's a mechanical issue with trying to manipulate the triggers.
So do we just need to like wrap the grip with duct tape, like put an inch of duct tape on it?
Yes.
Promo code Bears B-Day for 100% off everything.
No.
It's not my birthday. There's gonna be a lot of people excommunicated from Bear Nation. So
It's so funny because one person says
It's
it and
clear,
they all start
okay?
happy.
So it turns out birthday trolling is the real SHTF scenario. Yeah, it is. I'm more stressed about this than COVID, for sure. All right, so this is the Taurus G2C. I've shown it many times on camera. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Here's the gun. Here's my hand, okay? It's, for me, a little tiny gun, okay? So when I can touch my fingers together in here, like the grip is just for my hand too small, and so no matter how much finger I put in this trigger, the mechanics of manipulating this trigger, I'm gonna try and be really good about it now. If I focus on it, I can keep the gun straight without. I have to keep the gun straight. If I'm not thinking about it, what happens is the mechanics is my finger wants to go this way, and I pull the gun over while I'm shooting. So within 10 yards, yeah, I will shoot the crap out of you with this gun. Outside of 10 yards, I will shoot at you while I run to my rifle and then hit you with the rifle. So, well, see, I don't need another full-size striker fired 9mm. Like, we're covered up on those. But I got this little thing because at the time, pre-COVID, it was $219. And I was like, if it sucks, I'll use it as a wheel chock. For me, it's not that it sucks. It's just too small for my hands. But my 12-year-old can run the El Pres drill with this gun like nobody's business. Like, that's awesome. Took him from never having shot a 9mm pistol to running the El Pres drill in 11 seconds with this gun. And now 11 seconds isn't super ultra high speed tactical, but it's less than 1 second per round for 12 rounds. So that's cool. So I dig it. And it's for a little, inside the waistband concealed carry gun. For me, it's awesome. 12+1, but for me, it's a little tiny gun. For some of y'all, it's probably even too big for concealed carry, but I'm me. Bear, I ordered you whiskey for your birthday, then I found out it wasn't. Well, sweeps, it's all good. You can send it now, and then when my birthday rolls around, I will remember you fondly. How's that? So, hi from Miami. Have any of y'all noticed on some of the comments on my videos, it's all these like hooker looking women. They're like, hi, I'm looking for a boyfriend. Go to www.something.com. I'm like, who falls for this? Who is in the comments of a bear video going, oh wow, Svetlana from the Ukraine is looking for a boyfriend. I'll go and check that out. Right? I'm like, I wonder what she's all about. Negative.
It appears CPR classes are eligible.
This is definitely
Not-
covered, but not.
Not stop the bleed, TCCC.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? But you get a first aid kit.
You can get, no, it's not.
Your last name, your middle name is
What?
used. You got it wrong.
No.
We need to call them and fight them, because you get a first aid kit, right? So, and CPR is covered by the Good Samaritan Act. You can render aid to somebody using CPR under the Good Samaritan Act. You can also render bleeding control under the Good Samaritan Act. It's the same thing. There's definitely some yotes out there. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have a fun walk back to the truck.
Okay.
Full walk. Are you leaving, man?
I'm leaving about now. So I'm not on the road all night.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to hug you before you go.
Sounds like a plan.
Here, talk to these people for a minute.
Hi, people.
Brother, it's great to meet you, man.
We're gonna say bye to Dudley.
That's probably my 80s.
It's something.
Come back to see us soon.
Oh, most definitely. Oh, well, definitely in 2 weeks we'll be here.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
But outside of that, anytime I'm coming through.
Hey,
stop
y'all.
me a
Yeah.
holler. Yeah. But, all right, everyone.
Bless you, bro.
Y'all take it easy.
Do it.
Say bye, Dudley. Bye. Oh, wait, hang on. There we go.
It's selfie time.
There we go. Take it easy.
Come on, brother.
Shalom.
I know, I gotta give Dudley a hug too.
He's good at hugging. You should definitely hug him.
I can't wait for y'all to come back.
Well, she's on a live stream now.
Lovely Dudley.
She's here.
Everybody, 682 people say bye, Dudley. Later, brother. Drive safe. Bear Nation is the new code for 10% off everything in the store. You just go there, type in Bear Nation. It'll work on classes and everything else as well. If SHTF and someone is bleeding from being shot, I don't honestly care if they sue me or not for rendering aid to them. Yeah, me too. I agree completely. I think what's been very interesting with this whole COVID thing is that we all, or at least in my mind, I won't make assumptions on y'all's part, but to me, it's like SHTF was kind of like a complete societal collapse, and we're all out just fending for ourselves, you know, fighting the bad guys, making food come up out of the ground, raising up our kids in the way that they should go. And it turns out this collapse is like way slower than I thought it was going to be. So, secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone.
Well, this person might get hurt, so
Oh, who we hurting?
somebody on the
We need to slit throats? We have access for this.
I'm watching them.
Okay.
If somebody being watched, he's being a pain in the ass.
Who's being a pain in my ass? Who's being a pain in my ass? Yep, very underwhelming, right?
Bubbles Deluxe.
Bubbles Deluxe,
You
eh?
better watch what you say.
Where's Bubbles? Somebody's got to... Well, listen. Let's just do this. Somebody with a blue wrench, find Bubbles, bounce Bubbles out the clan.
I found him.
Andrew Barnes is like, not me, not me.
It's just not.
Pop the bubbles. I love it.
There you go. God, we're done.
Okay.
Good job. Hello from not South Texas.
No, I wasn't unhidden.
Yeah, what did you do? God's already gone.
I know, but
Bubbles is still in the trailer parks. That's funny. How do you make your own beef bacon? I don't. I go to my own butcher and I say, yo, order me some beef bacon. And then beef bacon shows up at my house. But it can be made from the flat of the brisket, as I understand it. So it's just like anything else. You cure it and smoke it, boom, bacon. So Shield Maiden said, this is my first Tack Tuesday. What a blast. I'll try to make more in the future. You guys are a hoot. Thanks, Shield Man. Appreciate that. We're a mess, but we enjoy being a mess. Incredibly serious question. Best spear setup for riding a buffalo at full cadence for tactical moose interdiction. You know, I love the fact that you've been paying attention to this. I really do. I'm honored by that question. So here's what I would recommend, frankly. You don't want your spear to be... It's either got to be long and relatively wide, perhaps like a Roman gladius sword, 1.5-ish long, at the end of a stout pole. Or, see, if it goes too thin, here's my concern, right? If you had like a a tri-star spear, right? Kind of like certain bayonets. They're great for making stabby holes, but if you put any type of tension on them, then they snap. And we know that we're gonna have to stab the crap out of multiple moose. See, when we ride north out of here up to the Canadian border, and we just decide that's it, we're gonna take over Canada, that when we start stabbing these moose up on the back of our buffaloes, I'm not quite sure how this is gonna happen yet, but probably some kind of turbocharged buffalo, like a Volvo diesel engine on it. When we roll up on these moose, if we have to stab them more than once, I don't want the point of the spear to break off inside of the moose. It's also got to be long enough to get into the vitals of the moose. Right? We don't want to just bloodlet the moose. We've got to go through double heart and lungs, ideally. So, what do you think, Oki?
Go rescue Canuck.
Cold steel.
Cold steel?
Makes a boar spear. The blade on this sucker is about a foot long.
Okay.
So you won't get both lungs, but you'll definitely get a lung in the heart.
Okay.
And it's even got, because it's a boar spear, it's got the crossbars at the back of the blade.
Okay.
Keep it from over-penetrating so you won't lose your spear.
That's actually pretty cool. What if we ride our... I got a good idea. Hold on.
Ripley,
Uh-oh.
What if we ride our beefalo right up next to the moose with something like this, and we just point blank, just put 20 rounds, 168 grain boat tail hollow points right through it? Well, actually, ballistically, that's probably not the best bet. Plus, all that recoil on the back of a bison or a buffalo would be hard to hit the moose. All the people on my porch, bro, are looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Why are you actually taking this question seriously?
Just strap a 50 cal.
Just strap. All right, perfect. We turn the buffalo into a technical. We put a belt-fed M2 on the back of it. Handle. This is perfect. And we'll put a chuck wagon behind it so that after we hit this thing,
just hit it with
Oki
the
can
truck.
cook it up.
We just hit it with the truck.
What is
Can we-
plural moose called?
What is the
Mooses,
plural
mises.
of moose?
Mooses,
Moose.
Mises.
Moose. It's like
Moose.
deer.
It's like a deer, yeah. Yeah, hey, there's a moose. Hey, look at all those moose.
Your chaps came today,
My chaps came today?
and
They
they
are
weren't
not
chaps. They're
assless.
just pants.
Do I need to model them?
Your wife is upset.
Well, come tell the people how upset you are, honey. Okay, well, why don't you tell them?
I'm her friend, and I'll just let you know, the chaps came today, and they weren't chaps. They were pants.
What
And
kind of chaps are these?
They're
your
whole
chainsaw.
pant chaps, not
And
But
not assless
assless
chaps?
We was gonna make chapless lasagna.
no assless.
Not happening now.
Assless, not
Assless,
chapless.
not chapless.
At some point, it
Well, hold on. Where are these chaps? Because that's not what I ordered.
They're on the.
I feel like the robots at Amazon got this one
Are you
wrong.
gonna model them? I think you should model them for the
You
people.
think I should model them?
Yeah.
Let me go get
Oh, we have a runway?
Yeah, you can do your strut.
I'll go get your mask.
Yeah, my COVID mask? That's a good idea. Hello, Nikki.
They have a full butt. I'm really
You can cut out the butt, homie. Oh, gosh. Assless birthday, chaps. Everybody's fired. It's not my birthday. Lucky Luciano.
I told everybody it's not your birthday.
I thought we were friends.
And I mean, it's pink and sparkly, y'all. Like, you really think I would get that as like a birthday banner for this guy?
Yes.
He'll probably stay hanging up till your birthday.
Baking has taken on a whole new meaning. That's right, JR. You've heard it before. You got a bun in the oven? That's right. No, those are chaps.
Oh, they are chaps?
They're
Oh,
assless.
they are assless.
They're assless. All right, hold on, guys. Fashion show.
They're basically legless.
That's what chainsaw chaps look like. Oh, yeah.
They're
So, hold on.
All right,
let me
no,
see.
Hang on, you gotta go.
Hold on.
Go over there, get dressed.
My concern would be that there's not sufficient area in between the crotch here for the utilization of the dangly parts. You know what I mean? Right? And so, that being said, we could probably... I know a tailor, sojourngear.com. gonna go try them on.
Here,
Go put them
if
on.
you have to give your chaps to Cody, Cody.
Hey,
will
brother
die.
Cody, can you modify my chaps so the
Like,
dangle
cut a
bits are
hole.
more readily accessible? Yeah.
No,
I want my
he doesn't
ass
want
to
his
hang
ass
out
to
of my
hang out
chaps
more. He
better.
wants-
I already thought his balls were hanging out, y'all, and it was a
Oh my
Gatorade
gosh.
cap.
I'm going there with this.
the Gatorade cap.
This is what bear training after dark. Yeah. That was ridiculous. She was like texting me. She was like, "Babe, like what?" She's like, "Babe, I'm like, what?" She's like, "There's a hole in your shorts."
No,
like,
I didn't because I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I texted like whole exclamation, balls exclamation, out exclamation. Because I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard.
I saw it and she's like,
Okay.
I was like,
Go do.
what? I don't want to see.
Go do your thing.
I don't want to see. I'm just
Put
gonna
them on.
I'm just gonna look up. Please
Oh,
fix
it's not
it.
like a
And I start
Gatorade
laughing.
cap
I had
thing?
just taken a bit of pizza.
Yeah,
So I got
I-
a whole piece of pizza in my mouth. I'm like,
Not that bad.
joking.
Bare naked
Joking.
chaps. Yes. Yeah.
Amy's sitting next to me. And Amy's like,
I've been waiting for this moment, y'all.
here, text Amy.
You
Here,
guys
text
mask
Amy.
on
Please,
for a
please.
store.
we need some alone time.
No, not yet.
Oh my
We need
gosh.
someone with a cowboy hat. We need someone with a police officer uniform.
Okay. No, you gotta strap them. Yeah. Hook them up.
Yeah, tell me how to do it, honey.
Don't turn the camera.
We're dying. What? Chaps. Always putting
Yeah.
them on.
He's putting them on. You never know what you walk into on a Tuesday night. Let me just tell you. That is some truth. You never know how it's gonna go down.
That's right. All right, you're on.
Okay. Now turn around.
Boom. Assless.
That could work.
Is this working for you?
That could work.
Uh-oh. Look who's here, y'all. Y'all been asking. They've been asking. and
Guys,
asking
careful,
and
my
asking.
therapist is here.
What's up, everybody? Bear with Bear Independent, home of the Bear Fact, only made in the U.S.
You're messing it up.
It's the best Bear Fact, believe me, I know.
It's tremendous.
It's tremendous.
Believe it.
How many
Believe it.
didn't
It's the
believe
best.
the chaps were assless?
These are the
so
best
they just
first
tried
aid
them on.
kits.
Right.
They're made in America, the best
They give you a
country,
pocket that-
with
no,
all
it's
the
not.
walls.
An intervention
Careful,
has been
careful where
called.
you put that hand there, babe.
I'm checking your pockets.
What? It's a pocket,
No,
not
but
pockets.
it's like my present,
Semi-sewn.
my birthday present.
It's a lube pocket, so the tip just holds out.
Bah.
The tip. What does what?
The tip.
It's a lube pocket, so the
Talking about
pump
the tip.
hangs out, so all you have to do is just...
Right. But yeah, like the whole crotch is like
Complicated and awkward all at the
uncovered,
same
so
time.
you gotta wear something underneath those.
Kevlar panties.
Kevlar banana hammock.
Yeah, there you go. I was hoping that the
Just-
orange banana hammock would get it done.
Sure, come visit Bear. It'll be great.
A bear do.
Won't be awkward at all.
Like a speedo.
Always awkward.
Speedo. But a beardo.
Well, give Trevor a chair. There you go.
Beardo.
Please and thank you.
Here.
All right, Bear Nation, listen. So this is my go-to when people say, "Hey, you got to wear a mask." Got it. There you go. Good to go.
Mask and my chaps.
Your face is so dark.
Thank you. I need a
They need to see your pretty face.
Bear the
I
Builder.
won't ask you about your mask.
There we go. Yes.
Bear the Builder.
Yes. Renee, make it happen. Bear the builder.
Randy, bless you. Thank you.
Do it.
Can we do it? Yes, we
Have
can.
your belt of tools on.
Build a community in nowhere, Oklahoma? Maybe. Michael Hill. It's not my birthday, but thank you for the $20 bill.
Washing machine.
That was Caroline.
Oh,
The
okay.
cat was going at it.
Baron Chaps. I want some Kevlar panties. Patricia, hey, that's between you and your husband, all right? Best of luck. Here, wherever you want to sit.
I don't know, whatever's easier.
You thought you were gonna get like semi-normal bear?
Yeah, it's
Turns
gonna go.
out you were wrong.
It's gonna go.
The good news is
way
like,
downhill
this
now.
is professionally your job,
Aaron chaps.
diagnosing this kind of stuff.
E-A-R-E.
So
need a diagnosis?
I feel bad for all the people you were like, come check me out on Bear's channel tonight, and they're like, who the hell is this guy?
They're all in here waiting on me, looking at this.
Yeah, they're like, no wonder he's there. He really needs some help. That guy is seriously damaged.
Professionally, I agree.
Well, when I flip your truck over with the skid steer, it's no big deal.
That just means I can't leave.
Yeah.
Stay longer.
So, you're the Angry Viking therapist.
I am the
One and
Viking
only
therapist.
Angry Viking therapist.
Right.
Why are you here?
Man.
Tough question, right?
That's a mental health problem in itself.
Carrie, that's awesome. Thank you.
I'm here hanging out with Bear, talking about mental health stuff.
Yeah, it's been good.
It has been good.
Left brain, right brain,
Left brain, right
limbic
brain
system,
stuff. Limbic system.
EMDR,
I've taught him well.
eye movement desensitization, R word.
That's correct. R word.
Remediation,
No, just go with R word.
R word.
Yeah,
Eye
reprocessing.
reprocessing. There we go.
Yeah.
3 out of 4 is better than 2 out of 3, and we all know 2 out of 3 ain't bad because we've all heard that Meatloaf song. So there we go.
Yeah, have you ever said that these? Have you ever told them that the messages go fast?
Yes, I have. Now that you see it in real life, did you think I was kidding or
No.
Yeah, just
It's unbelievable.
yeah. And then people over there like, Bear, I asked you a question. I'm like, the comments go literally this fast. Watch the point of my finger.
That's actually accurate.
Yeah. Yep. So
So does Angry Viking Therapist have a YouTube channel?
yeah, why do you think he's here? I only hang out with people with YouTube channels.
There's a lot of truth to that, actually.
But, well, y'all are just slow. It's just a matter of time.
You'll get there.
Yeah, we still need the Bear's neighbor thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you had a channel, I've been telling you. All right, Miss Liz, tell him. I have been telling Miss Liz for 2 years, start a channel, call it Bear's Neighbor, and just talk trash about me.
Wow, that's a
We
genius
actually-
idea.
You'd have 10,000
My
subs
husband has
tomorrow.
a channel, and he did one video, but hasn't posted it. And so maybe I should like egg him on. Come on, come on.
Yeah, of course.
YouTube
I'm gonna
money.
steal that idea.
That's
You
a
really
genius
should.
We're gonna get
idea.
a slingshot with eggs and watch us. We're gonna launch eggs at Bear's house. We're gonna pull them eggs and launch it over the tree.
Yeah, you're like, and these eggs came from Bear's house. Because he had 9,000 chickens.
We'll make sure we
Name
do it when you're
options.
live.
Yeah, they came from Bear's house, and we send them to Sam.
Drone
How we
drive-by.
feed Sam.
Name options of what we should do for Bear's neighbor on YouTube. What should we do across the creek?
Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
to be like a like a
Across the
Every
Creek
week,
is a
what
good
should
channel name
Across
too.
the Creek.
Across the Creek. Just talk trash. Be like, this freaking guy, he's all like, I got 3 businesses in the ministry. He hasn't done anything today. He's just sitting on his porch,
Play with guns.
talking. Yeah. Hey, Renee. I apologize for
I
that.
can tell you what I feed the animals. Hey, look, he's just sitting up here on the porch.
That's right.
on his phone again.
Really quiet. You can hear him talking on the porch.
All right, now that Bear's gone, we can describe all the problems.
I think it's great.
Somebody said,
are in Liz.
happy birthday, Angry Viking Therapist.
Yeah, happy birthday, bro. You didn't know, but it's your birthday.
That could be fun.
One little mistake of having that in the background has turned into
Megaphones.
And
Yes.
him, you can go across the creek.
No, it's not like a confessional booth.
Harmony. We're gonna slingshot eggs, but they would be your eggs.
What do you think of Eastern Oklahoma?
it looks a lot like Western Oklahoma where I grew up. So
It is not. We
Oh.
have hills and mountains.
okay, that's true. It is
We have
flat
the
out
tallest
west.
hill.
True,
We do have the tallest hill.
the tallest hill. As I drove through the Appalachians last week,
Right.
this may not have
No, it's
Right.
tallest hill.
equaled.
There's 100 weirdos right now Googling tallest hill location, Oklahoma. I know where Bear lives now. No, you don't.
Yeah,
Just try Go up. Go ahead. Shoot you.
We recently decided we had to make the porch bigger because it was full of too many guns. This is an actual discussion we had earlier
The two
before
of
the
us,
camera was
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, we need to add 3,000 square foot to the porch because there's too many guns here.
Well, it started with him saying there's too many guns for the porch, and I argued that means you need more porch, not less guns.
Yes, I agree completely.
Not that there's guns here. I know you lost them all on the lake.
It was tragic. That boating accident that happened 42 minutes ago. I'm sorry, 52 minutes ago. You hear the owls?
Who?
Owls. Those are owls. Who? Stop it. Bad joke.
It's a dad joke. That's all I
Dad
got.
joke.
Yeah. Man, these comments fly.
I know.
You should tell them.
I tell them. So what do? You got a YouTube channel.
I
How
do.
did you get into YouTubing and
Yeah.
talk about your journey here?
So
Not physically here, like
oh, that's a long drive.
this moment in time.
Yeah, so I spent 15 years in uniform law enforcement, mostly with the state agency. At about year 13, started realizing that my mental health was suffering badly. Everything was changing for me. I was losing family. I was losing my kids. I was drinking too much. I lost my job because of the anger, hence Angry Viking Therapist. I lost my job because of it. Was ordered to take sick time and then come back after I got doctor's notes to come back. I burned 6 months of sick time, which is what I had saved up over the years. No doctor would sign for me to come back, and so that agency said, "See you later. Thanks for your time." And I said, "Okay, well, that's fair. This happened because of a job, so I'll surely get a medical pension," and did not. So I applied for it 3 times, got denied 3 times, so have no pension to show for that service. Now, that's the bad part. The good part is I was sent to a couple different therapists that clearly did not understand type A personalities and what I did for a living. And the first lady was really nice, but she cried the whole time I talked to her. And the second guy was a good therapist. I still send people to him today, but he worked with families, and he said, "Your PTSD and your anger's so bad, I don't know what to do with you, and I don't know where to send you." So as a bullheaded male, persistent, that sounds much better. As a persistent male, I decided to go back to college and figure this all out. And finished, had no degree at the time, so went through 10 years of college, got a PhD in counseling, and now I have a private practice where I do psychotherapy. I specialize in things such as PTSD and high stress careers, and I'm a specialist in EMDR, which is what he was talking about before, the R word.
The R word.
And so now it turned into a pretty cool story. It was a rocky start, but now it's what I do. I actually met Bear through another avenue, and Bear was instrumental in encouraging me to start the YouTube channel that I had always wanted. He's still humble about that, but he told me to do it. And to be honest, I thought, who is another guy that tells me to start a YouTube channel that he's going to promote? Great. And then I checked out Bear Independent, and there's no A in Independent, by the way, if you haven't told them.
There's not one A. There's 4 A's in independent.
Independent.
ENDEPENDATEZZZZAHQ. LMNOP plus IA by curious is how you spell independent. But continue.
Plus.
Multiple pluses.
Yep.
Upside down question
yeah.
mark.
So he encouraged me to do it, and I did it, and it's going well so far. I'd be much appreciated if you check it out. It is not necessarily public safety therapy. It's all about all kinds of therapy, and it's for people like me, type A personalities that kind of get the name of Angry Viking.
Yeah.
So.
And you do a good job. So you and I were both part of the coaching squad for Pat Mack and CJ Ortiz. Pat McNamara. And I didn't even know who CJ Ortiz was. I was like, I don't know who this guy is, the metal motivator, whatever. I was there because Pat Mack's cool, and I got a couple of DVDs that one of y'all sent to me. Hey, watch this stuff, Pat Mack's cool. Guess what? Pat Mack's cool. And so I was doing range stuff with Pat Mack drills, and Cody from Sojourn Gear is a big Pat Mack fan. I think he's trained with him, and every time we'd get together for range day, Cody would be making us run Pat Mack drills. I was like, yeah, I'll check out Pat Mack's thing. And so I ended up on the, I think it was the first live stream or first Zoom call I ever did. And you told your story, and I was like, stop. Like something in my brain was like, stop. That guy needs to tell his story to a lot more people than who are on this Zoom call. I was like, you need to start a YouTube channel and tell people. And you, what did I say? Hey, email me or something. We'll
Yeah.
talk offline, something like that. And yeah, man, you have a wealth of knowledge that comes from actually doing things, which is why this resonates, right? A wealth of knowledge from actually doing things is so much more valuable than somebody who just theorizes all day. So I'm subbed to the Angry Viking Therapist. I think all of us should be, because very, very many of us are that kind of hard-charging type A personality that are carrying around years, decades, a lifetime of stress and abuse and hurt and anger and brokenness. It's like, how do I deal with all of this garbage, right? And it's been a blessing. I've known you 48 hours, and it's been a blessing to know you for the last 48 hours in person, just to, not that we've had any, formal sit-downs, but just to talk,
Yeah.
Get, you've taught me a lot too. Left brain, right brain, limbic system,
R word.
R word, the R word. I still to this right now don't remember what the R word is.
It's not important.
Eye movement, desensitization, R word.
Reprocessing.
Reprocessing, there
I
we
was
go.
gonna say rehabilitation,
Well,
like redoing.
I'm like
It's close.
Raytheon, rigmarole, ragu, like I got nothing.
Redoing your brain.
No, if I wouldn't need to redo my brain if I could remember that word. So, anywho, I might. So you essentially like put people in an electric chair and shock them until they scream, and then you run them back out of your office again.
Right, because at least they don't remember anything, and
Right. That's punch them a couple of times.
right.
Just go get better, and then you.
I say stop. Like, I'm sad. Stop doing that. Stop being sad. I paid you $100. You just told me to stop doing that. Like, no.
What do you think is like your favorite part of doing your job?
Man, and this ties into, I'll get a lot of questions about, because I deal with a lot of complex issues. My specialty, of course, being complex PTSD, as I said, as an EMDR specialist. And so I see a lot of complex cases and a lot of hard cases, whether it be public safety, military, victims of trauma. Another specialty of mine of adults that have childhood trauma, because that stuff does come back, as anybody with childhood trauma already knows. I don't have to explain that. So a lot of people will ask, and the answer comes the same to both of those questions. People will ask, how do you listen to all the stuff that you listen to all day? And it's because I know what the outcome's going to be. If you'll stick with it and you'll do the work and I'll help you, I know what the outcome's going to be. So it's amazing what I get to see in a short time on that couch in my office, or through video if I'm consulting or working with somebody through video. Just to get to see the end, because my story was really rocky and hard, and I was a complete mess, and it had a cool ending. So I know they're going to get there, and I am not just the owner, but also a client of the EMDR.
I like
so
that.
I don't own the EMDR, but you remember the old hair commercials? Where
Yeah.
Say, like, I'm not just the owner, I'm also.
I'm
a
also
client.
a member.
I'm also a member. Yeah. So I am a product of EMDR. In fact, when I went, I didn't think I needed it, but they hooked me up with a really good person, and my life changed because of it. I mean, I literally went from, it doesn't make good things, it doesn't make bad things good, it doesn't make sad things not sad, it doesn't make memories go away. But what I like to say is it takes the punch in the gut away from it. Those dysfunctional emotions that keep coming back, that keep creeping up. So when I get to see somebody not have that anymore, and their shoulders are stronger, and their head's up, and they're not tearful when they talk about life, that's the best part right there, by far. And I do love, I do love speaking and teaching. I get to speak all over the nation about public safety stress, or EMDR, or adults with childhood trauma, some of those specialties. So I love that part. I love meeting new people. It's funny, if you'd have met me, 10, 12 years ago, I was the guy that didn't talk to any strangers. You know, my wife was the one that would talk to somebody in line at the restaurant, and I wanted nothing to do with it. And now she's like pulling me back because I love learning about new people's stories. Maybe not strangers so much, but I love hearing people's stories and how their past has affected them, even if they don't think it has. And you know, you don't have to go to Afghanistan to have trauma. That's definitely a big part of it, but there's a lot of critical events that cause PTSD, and you don't have to have PTSD to benefit from things like therapy or EMDR. It serves a myriad of issues. So definitely my favorite part.
You're such a
So
slacker.
people are asking how would they contact you for services?
So either through the page is fine, through the YouTube page is fine, or my email directly is drtrevor@theangryvikingtherapist.com. So the website name, theangryvikingtherapist.com, just put Dr. Trevor in front of it and the @ and you've got it.
And so you are a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
which is super cool. Because like, hey, I know a doctor with a beard and a mohawk and tats. Like, awesome. And you're also a professor.
I am, which was one of the reasons that I got that doctor title. I went and got the PhD because I love teaching. So I teach at a couple universities. It's all about counseling, not specific to only the things that I do. There's a myriad of issues and things that I'll teach, but I love seeing new therapists coming up. And of course, they're motivated and excited, much like anybody that's new in a profession. And I love getting to have a little piece of getting to mold some of that. And, you know, to see my students leave, at least after my class, with some new ideas about what they might be interested in, what they might like to do with their career, and that it does take, I'm a lifelong learner. So, but, you know, I've always said, if you want to learn something, teach it. So I'm a lifelong learner, so I love teaching because it makes me better. It makes me constantly want to get better too.
They're the worst people. You know, we just congregate with just the worst people constantly.
There's a lot of good-looking beard in this picture.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
they? I don't know if they can handle that.
No beard on beard crimes.
No beard on
No
beard
beard on
crimes.
beard crimes. None. What did you think of the class in Fayetteville? I mean, you've been in public safety for 15 years.
Yeah.
Honest, tear me a new one if it sucked. Like, what did you think?
No, I couldn't dare because it wouldn't be true. So I did come down. That's how we got together. Is I came down for that class and met, and then ended up sticking around a few days by his thankful invite that we got to chat and learn more about each other. But the TCCC class is amazing. I've taken a lot of tactical classes. I've taken a lot of medical classes, and this is the first one that I felt like in just 4 hours that I had some real hands-on training that would have worked for me the second I stepped out that door. You know,
So let's touch on that. It is hands-on.
it is hands-on.
It is hands-on, people.
Yep.
Like, it's not an online instructor telling you how tight you should get. Like, it's there, and he walks around and checks your pulse and makes sure, like, you have that cranked down enough that it actually cuts off circulation.
Yeah.
It is hands-on.
People are like, how tight should it be? A turn or two past MFer.
Right.
That's how tight it should be. When you're going, give it one more turn. That's how tight it should be.
Yeah.
It's true.
When someone else does it on you.
Yeah, especially when somebody else does it on you. So, yeah, it's a hands-on class. It's designed to be, that's a real compliment to me because it's designed to be 100% useful and readily applicable. Right? You walk out of there, you have the training and you have the equipment to be able to use it right now. And the reason we put that class together that way is for more force multiplication. You take your kit and your skills and now go teach your people. Right? So when you go home, if somebody's fiddling with a cat tourniquet, you can go, watch this. No, it goes this way. See that? Feel that? Yep, that's how it works right there. Same thing with wound packing, pressure dressings, chest seals, whatever, right? So, what did you think about the instructor, Eric?
Outstanding. Excuse me. And it's clear that he was coming from a place of personal knowledge. He'll tell you his credentials, of course, and credentials are important. Experience is more important in a lot of things, but it was clear both through the instruction and the things that we watched and did that he was able to apply those to real world situations.
Right.
You know, TAC medic and paramedic and all sorts of stuff that he's done. It was clear that he's seen this and he's been there and done that. And you know, we were talking about this earlier today. When there's people that know what they're talking about and there's people that you know understand their craft, you don't have to ask them. They don't have to give you a resume. They know the way they talk. They know their craft, and they've been there.
Yep.
And it's very clear that he's put tourniquets on people and he's packed wounds and he's, you know,
Right.
it's very clear that he's done the things, right? It's very clear. So it made it, you know, as somebody who has a lot of different experiences in life, high stress and not, critical incident and not, it was very clear he knew what he was talking about. And not to give away all the secrets of the class, but I'll just tell you, it's so hands-on. You better keep that tourniquet close. Just warning you.
Yep.
Just warning you.
It's eminently practical.
Imminently.
I mean, we started the class the first time you pull that tourniquet out. The first time I start timing you, and half our class was dead from bleeding out the first time. The last time, this particular class, everybody, we had 30 people in the room, everybody, some of them had even put their tourniquets away. Everybody had it on with their hand raised and raised well within 30 seconds. So we went from a room with people who had the equipment, but half of them were dead because they didn't know how to use it, to everybody had a tourniquet on themselves or the person next to them within 30 seconds without any prompting. And so that means just in 4 hours, 2 hours of it being completely hands-on practical application, there's actual progress. And so that's why a lot of people have asked me, hey, will you like shoot more instructional videos? Will you do an online course? It's like, why? There's lots of people who have already done that, and there's good videos on that. But the video doesn't show you the just like I couldn't watch you shoot a gun and go, hold on, stop, adjust your grip this way, put a little bit more pressure with this hand, what does your sight picture, sight alignment look like, how's your trigger control? Like, that's really hard to see on a video. It's the same thing if you're not in class. I can't walk around and look and feel your tourniquet and go, good, but, or nope, that's completely wrong, do it over again, so forth, so on. So
Somebody asked, does Bear shoot you? I'm not going to say he does. I'm just going to say I still have the tourniquet on.
we're starting a goat rescue and called the Refuge Ranch, and we're going to rescue all these goats. And all I'll tell you is they're only going to have one bad day, and that bad day will somehow precariously be scheduled the same day that we do live flesh 16-hour TCCC classes with IEDs, car wrecks, and transpo. And then, also, just coincidentally, there's roasted goat on the menu after the class. So, that's all I'm going to say.
As long as they're not in rut.
As long as they're not in rut,
yes.
yeah. Yeah, they might be sheep. Like, have you ever tried to seatbelt 4 sheep into a Toyota Tercel right before you crashed it? It's a mess. It's a mess, believe me. Oh, man. Camino Dog. Hey, Bear, just ordered a 6-month supply of food storage from My Patriot Supply for $1,500. Did I mess up? Wow, that is a great question. Is it one person for $1,500? That seems like a lot of money, honestly.
But I mean, it's the same as like we have to buy the number 10 cans because they keep going up in price.
Yep. So, so here's the deal. Right now, you're looking at about $1 a pound for dry grain. Actually, no, it's less than that. Up to $1 a pound, but probably less than that for dried grain in buckets with diatomaceous earth in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. And so a year's worth of food is 750 pounds. That means $750, right? Max. And so you paid twice that for half a year's worth of food. Now people say, well, I don't want to eat wheat. I'd rather have my, freeze-dried frankenberries and goat cheese smoothie or what. Like, I don't know. I don't eat a lot of that crap. And so I get that, but that does feel high. I don't know that it is or not, but that feels high to me. However, but the world is ending. So, yeah. Oh no. Something serious is going on over there. Hey, A1P is here. Depends on what it is. Oh, stumps, roots, and shoots. Hi, we love y'all too. Where you going? Blue Rock says you're killing it. Don't kill people.
Well, I learned everything I know from Bear.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, don't
You-
give him that much credit.
You had inherent charisma, and you know what the hell you're talking about, right? And see, so that's the thing. Like, rather than a parade of fake experts, which unfortunately has become a thing in every field. Every field.
Agreed.
A parade of this. Well, what you really want to... Here, honey, hand me that right there, behind you. Right there.
That thing.
That's the one. Right.
Might be a little-
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get you a 22 long rifle right here, because the 22 long rifle is the preeminent round for surviving an SHTF apocalypse. The reason that you want the 22 long rifle is because this little 40 grain lead nose copper washed bullet right here that's moving approximately 1,100 to 1,400 feet per second is going to impart enough energy on target for you to take small game and defend yourself when times are crazy out there. Plus, you can put 500 rounds of this ammunition in your rucksack in the same amount of space that you can carry 90 rounds of 5.56. So this particular rifle right here is the Ruger Model 1022. It's chambered in 22 long rifle. It has 10 shot magazines that come with it. It's like, yeah, dude, but have you ever shot a freaking raccoon in the face with one? Because I have. You know what it did? It sneezed. It didn't die. It sneezed, and then it continued eating the chicken that it was eating when I shot it with this. Well, it's all about proper placement of the round. Yes, it is. But most of y'all, and I love you dearly, but most of y'all can't hit a pie plate at 50 yards on your best day. What are you going to do when you got what does Clint Smith say? When you got shit in your shorts and people are shooting at you, and you're having the worst day of your life, and now all of a sudden you're going to become, Carlos Hathcock with this to try and get that round perfectly where it's got to go right in the terminal T or up inside somebody's armpit or something like that, because you decided to bet your life on the 22 long rifle. Now, is this a useful round? Of course. If every gun I own, this cheap little Ruger 1022 that I've had for 30 plus years, has got more blood on this gun than any other rifle I own. Do I want to bet my life to this? Absolutely not. And you know why? Because I don't sit on my porch and talk about doing shit. I go do shit, and then when I get done doing shit, then I come sit on my porch and talk to y'all. So I'm able to bring actual real-world expertise to the situation, not what I think might work. So, I don't want to get into all the things that I've shot with a 22 that did not die. Well, if I'm going to squeeze a trigger on something, I want it to die. It's all about imparting as much force on the target as possible so that you have a clean, humane kill. This right here is not a clean, humane kill for a lot of things. And to say nothing of reliability. So, marksmanship, sure. Great for training marksmanship. That's predominantly what we run with our young men is 22s. Pest control, sure. Hunting, only small game, and the only things that I want to kill with this, I won't eat per Leviticus 11, which means, why do I have this? Occasionally for shooting sheep in the face so I can butcher them, or for shooting roosters, and that's about it. But getting back to real world experience, it's like, cool story, have you done it? And if the answer is no, but I think, well, it's not necessarily invaluable, but it doesn't have near the value as, yeah, I've done it, and here's the mistakes that I made, and here's what I've learned from it, and here's how I'm going to do it better next time. But that's like incredibly valuable versus just pontificating. And you have done the things. You were your first client.
True.
You started this because nobody else could figure out how to fix you, and you were like, you know what? There's got to be a way. And I know I'm not the only one. There's got to be a way.
Right.
Interestingly, there's so much bad info out there, or there's a lack of good info out there. Maybe I'll go do this.
Yep. Yeah.
Interesting parallel.
Yep. It's exactly what started all that. I had sole interest in just fixing myself. I had no idea until I got started in trying to figure out how to give this to other people that there were other people, and every day there's new people in my office saying the same things that I was saying. What I call the real signs and symptoms. Nobody comes into me and says, "Oh, I've seen a critical event, and I have trouble with reminders and avoidance of the reminders and a negative cognition about life." People come in and say, "Man, I don't know what's going on, but I'm a mess, and I'm drinking too much, and my wife's left, and my kids are scared of me, and I'm losing my job that I've had forever, and I'm just a totally different person." And does that mean PTSD? Not necessarily. Is that the signs of it? Yeah, that's the real signs of it. Does that mean there might be something else going on? Sure, but let's figure that out. But those are the real signs. Nobody comes in and says, "I think I have this," or "I think I have depression." Or even if they do, it's just because they've looked up the symptoms for it and scared themselves on WebMD. WebMD's famous for, smart people, but if you type in headache and elbow pain, it says elbow cancer. And it may just be tennis elbow and you're tired of your kids screaming. It may not actually be elbow cancer. So yeah, it became something that I learned and then could give others.
So, you made the comment several times in the last 2 days. Helpless, hopeless, and
Not good enough.
not good enough.
Yep.
That's a recurring theme that you see.
Daily. So we know as reprocessing therapists that today's dysfunctional emotions, so today's anger,
I'm gonna put this
anxiety,
gun up.
depression.
Keep being you.
I'll keep being me. Anger, anxiety, depression, guilt. Those are dysfunctional emotions. They're not doing us any good. And today's dysfunctional emotions come from previous life events, and that could be age 0 to yesterday. It doesn't have to be childhood. From previous life events that left us feeling helpless or hopeless or not good enough, or that we can't handle it. And today, those thoughts are being re-triggered. Now, sometimes the memory gets re-triggered. Right? If somebody came to my office and they couldn't get in a car, they were scared to get in a car, and we found out 2 years ago they were in a fatal car wreck, that makes sense. The event itself is being re-triggered. But most of the time, it's not the event itself. It's the feelings that came from the event. It's that helpless and hopeless and not good enough. And that is being re-triggered. And when I first put those words together, when I first started kind of using that statement to describe what was going on in people's heads, and especially for EMDR, I thought, man, that's a little extreme. I'm not sure that's everybody. But here's the thing. Every time that I say that sentence, I see people's shoulders sink down, and they sink down in my couch. And they shake their head. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Helpless, hopeless, not good enough. And it doesn't matter how many times you describe to yourself or somebody else tells you how great you are, or that you're a good person, or you put post-it notes on your rearview mirror about what a great person you are. When you go out to your car and your car won't start after reading all those notes, it's F the world again, right? So all those things come back up. When things are going well for a while and we get fired from a job, here comes helpless, hopeless, not good enough. And maybe those aren't your words, but that's exactly what comes up. That's exactly what punches you square in the face. That's why we don't have to always sit and talk about events. That's why we don't always have to sit and talk about symptoms. If you come in and you're hurting, I guarantee you those words have come out of your mouth, or they make sense.
Right.
Yep. And it is a reoccurring theme. And if you think about it, the brain, especially that reactive part of your brain, it's kind of like the smoke detector in your
The
house.
limbic system?
The limbic system, as it were, your fight or flight part of the brain, right? Fight or flight's necessary. We need it, but it's dumb. It's on or it's off. There's no in between. There's no, I think I'm getting in danger here. It's danger or not, right? And that part of your brain is like the smoke alarm in your house. And if you burn dinner and smoke fills the house, the alarm may go off, but it's no big deal. Right? You open the windows, the doors, you laugh at each other, and you go out to eat. Right. Because you burned dinner. If that smoke alarm goes off at 3 a.m., that's a totally different ballgame. Where's my shoes? Where's the kids? Where's the dog? Why did we plan for this? Is there actually smoke in the room? Why is that stupid thing beeping? The point being, though, it's the same smoke detector. Right? It's the same system that goes off. And here comes the important part about that. If you burn dinner and you get up on your chair right next to your smoke detector and say, listen, I appreciate all you've done for us, but I don't need you. It's just smoke from food. it's going to go off. Why? Because it sees smoke, right? So you can talk to your limbic system all day long if you want to. You can tell you're great and you're awesome, and you probably are great and awesome, and that it's not your fault of what happened and that you're doing good things, and you won't believe yourself. Why? Because when the limbic system sees smoke, it alarms, period. And now, here we go again with helpless and hopeless and not good enough.
Man, you're a real slacker.
I brought down the mood, didn't it? From guns.
No, man. I love this. I absolutely love it. And this is why the first time I even saw your face on that Zoom call and you started telling your story, I was like, people need to hear this. People need to hear this because you explain things in a way that not for everybody, but for a certain subset of the population is exactly what they need to hear so that they can understand. And that's why I've been a supporter of yours, is because, and I told you on that Zoom call, I said, the Bear Nation needs to hear what you have to say, because the people that we have, this will make sense to. This will be helpful for that. It's helpful for me. If it's helpful for me, I can only believe that it's helpful for everybody else. Because just having these conversations to better understand how the limbic system works, how the left brain versus right brain, bilateral stimulation, right? All that stuff, how that works has given me insight into what my physiology is doing at times when the smoke alarm's going off, right? And how to quit the smoke from happening so that the alarms go off. It's been good for me to know you the last couple of days, and that's why I've tried to pour into you so that other people here can hear what you have to say. And again, not because you got a bunch of letters after your name, because you did the shit, and the shit did you, and then you had to figure out, all right, how do I fix this? And so you have the real world experience to back up what you think and what you do. And that's invaluable to me. I'm curious how your understanding, and this is not a loaded question, just take this however you want. I'm curious how what you do with the brain interacts with your faith, and obviously, I'm talking about your personal faith, not that you're evangelizing to the people that you deal with, just seeing as many broken people as you see, but also seeing how the magnificence of the mind and the body that the Father creates and the resiliency that's in there if we just work through the shit that we've got. Like, how does that inform what you believe and what you feel about the Most High?
Yeah, that's a good question. So he'll be humble about it, of course, but I did meet Bear on that Zoom call, and like I said earlier, here was yet another guy that was telling me I needed to start it and that they promote it. And I thought, great, here's another guy who's going to promote it. And then I got on his channel and thought, not only do I like what this guy is saying, but he knows what he's talking about. One of those things that has grown for me is faith. You've been a personal mentor as well, even though you don't believe it. You've been a personal mentor as well. So faith is important to me. Now, I will give the caveat that a lot of the things we do are pretty secular, when it comes to psychology, and I think that's an okay thing. It's not necessarily a separation, but if that's not what people need, that's not what people need. And the way that I approach that, and then I'll talk about how it affects me, is the way that I approach that is if my clients open the door to that, and I ask them if faith is an important part of their healing, then we'll include that. So right. I don't want anybody to ever think that it's forced at them, just in the same way that you don't force it at people. That it's just a part of the conversation, part of who you are. So as it affects my own life, there was definitely a time in my life, especially there towards the end of public safety, when everything seemed like it was falling apart. I wasn't really sure he was up there. I was seeing horrible things. I was seeing horrible things happen to people. And how are you going to convince a logical person that I thought I was and believe I am? How are we going to convince a logical person that he was there when I just saw a 4-year-old get killed in a car wreck. Right. You know how, and I know that's a lot of what you all see: military, public safety, or dealing with your own traumas that aren't even part of that. So I was very in a very weird, maybe transitional, but very weird place of not necessarily being antagonist, but not being awfully supportive. Definitely not. So through a series of events of kind of getting back into faith, and then of course, you know, a lot that I've learned from Bear, it's definitely influenced my drive. Again, I kind of leave it up to the patient whether it's a part of their healing. I'm not going to push it on anybody, and like I said, like you know, you use it a lot, but you don't push it on anybody. It's your own interpretations for somebody else to decide how they feel and where they are. But it has definitely helped with that resolve of driving me when I'm working 80-hour weeks and I want to fit 10 more patients in because I can't see enough.
Right.
So it definitely. We talked earlier today about how do you know the difference between a calling and a job.
You can't turn off a calling.
Right. You just can't. So, yeah, there's things about self-care which we
We're
talked
both
about. We're
terrible
not
at.
good at.
I
Yeah.
was literally like, what is self-care?
Yeah,
I keep
yeah.
hearing people say, you need to focus on your self-care. I'm like,
What is?
I don't even know what that means. Like, how do people self-care?
Right.
called worrying about yourself, drumming.
Okay.
You
You
coffee,
take a shower with
coffee.
hero soap. I mean, that's
Take a shower with hero soap. I like that.
Make things tingle.
That sounds like self-love. Is that the same as self-care? Because I'm pretty sure there's a Torah for that, but
Right.
just messing.
It's my hour of morning coffee. I'm like, leave me alone. This is my time. This is like my one quiet.
Yeah, see, I don't even know what these things are. I mean, I like drumming. Yeah, drumming's awesome. Like having the office until 10 by myself is that's self-care.
Self-care. 100% self-care.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to have time for self-care. Like you have to.
Good.
You don't.
Give me some.
You go batshit.
Yeah.
I'm
Like I said-
aware.
like I say,
Yeah.
What do you say?
No,
I've
because
seen me do it.
I've seen me do it. Yeah.
Was like self-care question mark. Like I don't care if it's 30 minutes, 15 minutes, like you have to have a moment that you can just breathe a sigh of relief that this is my quiet. And because like I can people nonstop for a period, but that period has to come to an end, and I have to have my time for me to talk to y'all, for me to get squared away with the day, whatever it is. I have to have that time, and I think it's quintessential for everyone to be able to have that time.
So, me walking down the hallway in my underwear, scratching my ass and farting, that's self-care.
If that's
That's
what
what
it
you-
takes for you to have your
The
time,
therapist says
yes.
The therapist says yes. We found the definition.
If it's the 30 minutes you spend on the toilet every morning, yes, that is your time. Take advantage.
Hey, I'm listening to Pastor Joe videos, okay? You know it's true. We all do it.
It looks different for everybody. That's a fun time.
Yeah, it's different
It
for
looks different for
everyone, but
everybody.
like
Get out of bed today.
everyone knows when it's that time, and like I have to turn my kids away and be like, just talk to the hand because the hand don't talk back. Just yeah, give mama
Speaking of
a
self-care.
moment. Yes, you can have some
Herself.
White powdery donuts is self-care.
5.
5. Wait,
What does
hold
Bear
on.
Nation say?
There's
How many?
6.
How many is 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That many?
You can have 3. Save the other 3 for tomorrow.
Big number and it's perfectly happy.
Right.
Yeah. She knows how to
Or 3.
negotiate.
That is self-care.
That is self-care? Can I have a sack full of donuts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
that's
self-care. No, that sounds like no, because then that's like You need to go to the gym, you fat ass. Are you kidding me? You ate a whole sack of donuts.
But so many people, like, they consume their day with other stuff. I mean, I love my husband, but you're watching Bear. You're watching or listening to some other podcast. You're doing something else. And, like, all too often, people do not have that moment of absolute silence where you can hear yourself think and hear what God is telling you needs to be the message for the day. You're filling up your day, whether it be external,
Stimuli,
yeah,
input.
Yep, that thing. All that stuff. But you need to have that moment for yourself. It's very, very
I
important.
knew that was going to be the
Whether
question.
it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half hour, an hour, you need to have that moment.
While this is happening, while this important conversation is happening, there's a parade of toddlers behind the scene going, can I have a donut? What about me? Yeah, I have to admit, I normally watch the brief while on the toilet. See, I'm telling you, like we're men. We only have so many moves. Like one of them is sit on the toilet and look at the phone, right? I'm telling you. All right, good job, honey.
Thank you. That's my message for the night.
That's the angry bear therapist.
Yep.
Therapist.
Yeah.
Professionally approved.
Professionally, you dig that?
Yeah. Professionally approved. It is not a good visual of you walking down the hallway in your underwear.
Well, listen. First of all, for half of us, it might have been a good visual, and for the other half, not so much. And also, it's my life. That's for me. That's for me. AVT. Me walking around in my underwear is for me. It's not for anybody else. You know. Now, if I start walking around in the chaps again, that is very much so for.
And that's what I walked into.
Yeah. And on the second stage, here comes Bear, happy to grace the stage of the meat locker.
On the back porch.
Newest member of the village.
I'm the R-rated.
You're like NC-17 over there. You're like they can only show your comments at the Cannes Film Festival. Mike Morrison, this has been the best stream ever so far and has really hit home. I found out the hard way. Self-care matters, but still struggle with it daily. Also emailed you, Hami, about training date. Well, bless you, brother. Thank you very much, man.
I will look back through the emails because I don't remember seeing anything.
She said, I will look back through the emails because I don't remember seeing anything. But bless you, bro. Thank you, man.
And somebody did, if you don't mind me saying, I did catch on there, somebody said the
I
email
mind.
didn't work. So
I'm just messing with you.
Clearly not worried. The email didn't work. It's Dr. Trevor at the Angry Viking Therapist.
Like DOCTOR or DR?
DOCTOR. That's a good point.
Right? So there you go.
Doctor, spelled out. Dr.
Because
Trevor.
I would have put DR Trevor.
I'm going
Maybe
to
I need to
answer a
make two.
question because he's a long timer.
Okay. Answer the question.
Okay. Matthew Goza.
Oh, I love Goza.
Yeah. Homie, any advice to do self-care for my wife and 3 kids staying at home? My wife is going through a bit of depression.
Mom days. Yes.
Matthew, give her some peace without the children. Like,
Spa day.
Make
my
space.
day, yeah, my day used to be Mondays. It got switched to Wednesdays, but even still, like most of my Wednesday is filled with kids because we're homeschooling now. But I still take that afternoon for me, and if I can't have that afternoon, I take Sunday for me to do whatever the hell I want to. If I want to go shopping, if I want to go to the grocery store without kids, if I want to go up to grandma's and drink a bottle of wine, I can do that because it is my day.
Yep.
So offer your wife some of that.
Yep.
It is calming because wives tend to be underestimated in their ability to handle the things of life that keep your life still moving smoothly. So give your wife a moment. Give her some peace. Give her a chance to regain her womanhood, however that looks. If she needs to go hang out with the girls for an hour, if she needs to go get her nails did, if she needs to take a nap, whatever that is, give your wife that time. And I promise you, with her having that moment cut out for her, and I know, like, shit comes up, you're gonna have to change plans, but, like, you still have to allocate some time in the week. Like, yeah, honey, I know Wednesday got screwed up, but I'm gonna give you Thursday or Friday afternoon. Allocate that time for her, and she will be a lot less likely to lose her shit on you.
Amen.
Well, and I'll add this.
Because that's where it comes out. Like, we lose our shit on our husbands because we're so stressed out, and that's our comparable. This is who we are doing life with. So when we're not good, we have to release on the, we can't release on the kids. That's just not right. We have to release on our husbands. And so, husbands, give your wife some time.
And when you give that time, and part of that is like you're blocking for your wife, right? So that nobody can get to her, right? That's her time. That's her day. That's her whatever. Right, yeah. There's no interruption. Well, I just need to talk to mom. No, you don't. Not today, you don't. But also, you cannot resent it nor hold it over her head. Well, you got Wednesday. Yeah, no shit, asshole. And you know what else I did? Not stab you in the throat. You know what I mean? So
that transaction is
You
already
still woke up with your penis attached, so be thankful.
right, there was no Lorena Bobbitt in this house.
I learned this week is not appropriate for tourniquets.
No,
No tourniquets on
no
the throat.
tourniquets on the throat or the penis. That won't. Yeah, unacceptable. Okay, so hold on. That time is her time.
Yeah.
The end. The way our life is orchestrated, I get a day, you get a day. And a lot of times, my day is, many times, people are like, hey, isn't it your day off? I'm like, yeah. They're like, why are you here? I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm here, right? Same thing with my wife. It's knowing that I could. A lot of times it's like, I could get in this truck and drive 9 hours that way, turn around, do something cool, turn around, drive 9 hours back, and it doesn't matter because today's my day. I can do whatever, right? And that sometimes even just knowing that creates that pressure relief valve. I'm just gonna open the valve, and rather than explode, I'm just gonna let the pressure off a little bit. And I don't get to hold it against her. Hey, it's my day. And she doesn't get to hold it against me. Hey, it's your day. Whatever. Like, within reason. I'm not going whoring or going to the casino, right? You know what I mean? She's not going down to the local, I don't know. I don't even
Meat
know
locker?
what chicks do. Going to
Is that
the
what it is?
second stage of the
Yeah.
meat locker.
The Chippendales? Yeah.
It's like, I noticed that you took out $1,000 in $1 bills. What's up? Nothing. And it seems like every Wednesday you're taking out $1 bills from the bank account. What's
It's for
going
guys
on?
and assless chaps.
It's for guys and assless chaps. That's why I had to get my own assless chaps. This was actually an investment. You see, I'm trying to stem the flow of $1 bills from my bank account. But, so the point here is, just as my wife succinctly put it, make space for your wife. Block for her, and do not resent her when she goes, I need a moment. That moment could be 24 hours long. I need a moment. Cool. I know it's not easy with jobs and kids and all the responsibilities. Make space, man. Like, we talked about this in our camp-wide Bible study, about a month ago. the concept of the translation is helpmeet, but the Hebrew is co-warrior, right? Well, so your co-warrior, sometimes she's going to be just as tired from the battle as I am. And so I don't get to go, hey, cool story, get back in there and keep fighting while I'm sitting here resting, right? Her fight looks different than my fight. She sees a different facet of the battle than I see because of the way our relationship works. She's engaged in different things than I am. But it doesn't mean necessarily that what I do is any more important than what she does or vice versa. Because I couldn't do what she does without her doing... If I can't do what I do without my wife doing what she does. And she wouldn't be in a position to do what she does without me doing what I do. So it's that co-warriorship, battle buddies, right? It's that battle buddy concept. And so, like, if your brother came to you and was like, I need an effing day, you'd be like, bro, take it. You look like trash, you're stressed. Yeah, I can see it, it's eating at you. But for some reason, when your wife comes to you, like, I need time, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. You're all right.
You're fine. She's like, until I kill you slowly in your sleep. I was like, maybe.
You really want to wake up with my hands around your neck.
I mean, some people are into that, so maybe. I don't know. What do you say, Doc?
I was also going to say, also, she can whoop your ass. So
that one? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to call him out by name, but it's a mutual friend of ours. That says he'll pay me $100 if I give you a wet willy. And I told him, you still have a rifle next to you.
Oh, I've done that shit more than once.
Hey, man, I love you, bro, but you're going to have a hard time driving home with a broken hand. A mutual friend of ours, eh?
Well, maybe possibly fairly equal distance between the two of us.
Fairly. Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
I didn't call you out, though.
No need.
Did you see Chad wants to see our battle stances? Like each of ours?
He's
yeah,
actually
like
closer to
you
me.
versus me.
Equidistance, but you got the.
Yeah, I got you.
My wife also said that she doesn't know how she feels about me hanging out with you with assless chaps. That now it's awkward.
It's only awkward if you like it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's awkward. No.
Well, it was the face shield for me. That's what did it. The orange helmet.
My COVID mask?
I mean, have you ever had an injury that Chaps would have helped with?
Yes.
It was a loaded
That's why I
question.
have them.
Right. It was a loaded question.
Yeah.
I watched some of your posts, you know.
Literally right there. Right there. So.
An area that would be covered by Chaps.
And he's missing the other scar on the other side of the knee.
Right there?
Yeah, that was from
no biggie.
straddling a roof.
Yeah, and then that right there was
They could have.
a chainsaw, and that right there was a chainsaw, and I think that's it for chainsaw injuries. I did know a guy one time though. He had long hair, and he was running a saw, and his hair fell down in front of his face, and got wrapped up in the bar, and he wasn't wearing one of these, although I don't know if it would have mattered, and it pulled the saw up like that and cut him like that all the way across with the chainsaw. Blah.
Only cool at Halloween.
236 stitches or something like that. And the thing with the chainsaw is, like, a chainsaw, usually when you cut something, it makes a wound shaped like this. Then you stitch it back together like so. A chainsaw removes material, so it makes a wound shaped like this. So it's really difficult to pull it back together. You don't get nice clean scars from chainsaws because there's nothing to put it back together again. Just blah, nasty. What's going on in the commentos over here? Holy cow, we've been doing this over an hour and a half. By the way, congrats on 1,000 subs.
They would like to see Homie and Ice fighting stance. And I basically said Homie would kick my ass.
No,
Well, get on
that's
over here.
Coming, people. It's coming.
What's coming? You and Renee are fighting each other during Sukkot?
After Dudley's house.
In the chicken.
If you're gonna fight naked.
No, that's not for YouTube.
Fanny
Or for any other eyes to see besides him and foes.
Fanny Bark knows what's up.
And not together. Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of community is this?
Welcome to the cult.
But we got something. We got something.
How many times do I need to say that NWA Prepper is the Nude Wrestling Association before people will take me seriously? They keep thinking I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding.
Doesn't that work, Trevor? Every time you and your wife get in an argument, you gotta get naked.
There's the Midget Wrestling Association that, like, I'm totally
Repeatedly
down to
lose
watch.
every time.
How much does,
Which is
how much
probably
does
the
it
point.
rent? How much does it cost?
We're gonna fight. We're supposed to
The
fight.
Midget Wrestling
Never mind.
Association.
Never mind.
And can we get them here during Sukkot? Just set them up in the hayfield.
Who does she have?
No. All right. Listen here, admin.
What do I have to rent?
The Midget Wrestling Association for Sukkot
Okay.
in the hayfield.
Okay.
Put up a big white tent, midget wrestling, but we'll put a sign out front that says revival.
Okay.
And so everybody will come for the revival, but it'll be midget wrestling. It'll be like, fooled ya, put some money in the plate. And we'll do all the like, be healed, and we'll have these midgets.
Now, this is our tribe, though. We don't get to actually hire midget wrestlers. We just go tactically acquire them. They'll fit in our packs.
Tactically
I can be
acquired.
little.
Did you just rendition 12 midgets? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
No, we tactically acquired.
No, sir, they were tactically acquired.
We didn't steal anything.
Dude, they're rolled up in carpets in the back of your truck. I don't know what happened. What are you going to do with them? We're going to make them fight. 12 enter, only 1 leaves. It's like, what is that, a dog kennel? No, it's an octagon.
We should get the bubbles for the toddlers.
What?
Yeah,
Like,
like
the big
bubbles so they get in.
Oh,
the
those
big,
things.
Yeah, that like they insert themselves into, and then they can just like
Then they
roll
fly
towards
Like
each
the
other.
hamster wheel,
Yeah.
hamster
Yeah.
balls for
Shoot
toddlers.
them down with the pellet gun.
Have you seen the winds here? They might,
Yeah, right.
they might fly away.
Was that a tumbleweed? No, that was Ripley.
It's like twisted. We
Yes.
rain, and we have the toddlers and the bubbles. Where are the kids? Oh, down the creek.
Down the creek, about 4 miles that way, bouncing along.
2 states away. 2 states away, headed for ABT's house.
Hey, we got a missing children report. Yeah, what happened to them? They're in bubbles in the creek.
Oh yeah.
What? Yeah.
We've heard about your group.
Yes.
Spin up a bird. We're gonna need some aerial on this. What are we looking for? 2 6-foot wide bubbles full of toddlers floating in a creek.
That would be so funny. Can you imagine Aspen and Caroline with Ripley?
Oh, they'd be having a black. Woo!
We could just put them on the pond.
Yeah.
You know, the sheriff comes in. He's like, "We've heard of you guys.
Yeah. Damn it, Bear. What are you doing, Bear?
We wondered how long it would take for us to get a call."
We knew. It was just a matter of time. Our sheriff's department is cool, though. They're very cool. During that, during that Black Lives Matter thing, they were like, "Hey, are we cool?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're cool." They're like, "Awesome. You have us outnumbered like 3 to 1." Like, "Yes, we do." They're like, "Awesome. Let's be friends." I'm like, "Oh, we're totally friends. Let's do this." Oh my goodness. Is your wife mad at you? She's like, "You drove all that way to hang out with that moron?"
No, she did say though that if something happens to the little people, that you don't have to use a full rug to get them out. And this is-
Placemats.
And this is why she's my wife. Yeah.
Yeah, remnants.
This
Hey,
is
go down
why
to
she's
Home
my
Depot
wife.
and get all the remnants. What do y'all do with these? Nothing. Also, get a white panel van. Don't ask questions.
Just get in.
Incan Iron. I'm proud Patreon and it's my birthday. Well, you know what to do. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Incan Iron dude from Patreon. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Right, yeah, exactly. Hey, go get him that thing from the mirror in the dining room.
It's caused all the drama. It's caused all the dramas today.
Wait, we should. Send it to him. Send it He needs it more than we do.
Clearly. My gosh.
It's whose birthday? Backyard prepping and backyard prepping. Happy birthday, backyard prepping. We got enough people in the Bear Nation that we could just do that every day.
Probably.
Happy birthday to you who was born on the 22nd of September. Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Ron White says, I'm new to this. Is this much fun legal? I don't know. That's why we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Like the Ron White?
I don't think it was White.
Oh.
That was an earlier discussion.
Yeah, okay.
That was the I've seen me do it discussion.
Yeah. I like that guy. Yeah, it's interesting when there's like this many people on, you know. Ever thought about a Discord channel? I know nothing about Discord other than y'all keep telling me to do it. Vester Dillon, shalom, brother. You know Vester Dillon. He's the superhero of the Bear Nation. He leaps from building top to building top, wearing a bear cape.
Thought I saw that.
Yeah, people are like,
Somebody asked, should I buy another gun or bullets?
buy another gun or bullets. That depends on how many rounds you have. What do you think, Doc?
I have a 9mm Glock and a 9mm sub 2000. Should I buy a $700 AR or $700 worth of 9mm?
Can you find $700 worth of mine?
Yeah. And or a $700 AR. Where is this person?
Right.
Mm.
And if you don't have bullets per gun, I mean, you can.
Okay, so let me reiterate the question. I have a Glock and a sub 2000 in 9mm. Should I buy $700 worth of ammo, or should I buy $700 worth of AR to complement those things?
Do you have enough ammo to take out the...
Now, here's the thing. This depends. What does it depend on? First of all, what is your level of training? If the answer is 0, you don't need to buy one more gun that you can't shoot because you already have 2 that you can't shoot. You should learn how to shoot the 2 that you have. You should go spend $300 on some ammo and some training and learn how to shoot the 2 guns that you have, and then get some more ammo for them. Assuming that you actually know how to shoot them, and I mean more than standing still shooting paper. I mean, draw your weapon from concealment and put 3 rounds on target in 2 seconds kind of thing. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. And the sub 2000 is a very good gun, but do you actually know how to run it? Can you run those 2 platforms? Really run them. And with the sub 2000, make hits at 100 yards on a steel target. Ding, 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 to where you're boringly accurate with that gun. If the answer is no, then I don't think you get another gun that you can't run. I think you spend that $700 on training and ammunition. Now, if you can run those guns, the Glock 9 and the sub 2000, you have $700 to spend on an AR. The question would be, what would the philosophy of use be for that AR-15? And for the vast majority of things, I prefer an AR-15 over a sub 2000. Even a pistol length AR-15 over a sub 2000, just because 5.56 hits so much freaking farther, so much harder, so much farther than 9mm does. Pistol caliber ballistics, we were talking about this earlier. I mean, you know a thing or two. Public safety, 15 years. You've been around. Pistol caliber ballistics, even the best round out of the best gun in the best circumstances, doesn't in any way guarantee a stop. 5.56, on the other hand, yeah, you might have to put 5 of them into the target, but after 5, 6, 10 rounds, they're going down. So I like 5.56 ballistically, both for external ballistics and internal ballistics, a lot more than I like 9mm. But I don't know if you can even get an AR for $700 anymore right now. And then it's not just the AR. It's the AR. It's the optic. It's the minimum 7 magazines to go with the AR. It's the ammo for those 7 magazines. And then it's the ammo and the sling to be able to go to a range and learn how to manipulate that platform that you're new to. to be able to consistently hit a steel target at 100 yards. Ding, 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 ding. And I think you're probably more in the range of $2,000 to $3,000 for that, rather than getting a $700 gun that's not zeroed and you can't use. What do you think?
Yes. You're right. I've seen, pistol rounds go heavily into a lot of people and them continue to run, continue to fight. Yeah, you may have that at 5.56, but I have that at 5.56 while they're 100 yards away from me.
Right.
And they can keep running if they want to.
Right.
As opposed to 8 feet from me with a knife.
Right. Right. So, I don't think if your budget's only $700, I don't think you get an AR, because I don't think you can do yourself justice with that purchase of an AR with $700. Not only am I not sure you can get the gun for $700, but you certainly can't get the gun, the ammo, the magazines, the optic, the sling, and the training for $700. So I think you get some training with the Glock 9 and the Sub 2000, get some ammo, and learn how to run those two platforms, and then stack your pennies up until you've got a couple grand for an AR and for all the accoutrement, all the accessories to go with it, and then get some training with the freaking gun. They are not magic wands. I mean, I teach marksmanship once a week around here. They're not magic wands. You can have the best gun in the world. If you don't do your job, you're not going to hit. The end. Like, they're not magic wands. You've seen that. Just because you got one doesn't mean it's going to do what you want it to do.
Nope.
When you want it to do it.
It's not like TV.
No. So, that's what I would do.
Before I am not allowed to go home, we need to wish my wife a happy birthday tomorrow, or the next day.
Oh, what's your wife's name?
Danny.
Danny?
Yep. I'll be in huge trouble if you don't say happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Gotcha.
Happy birthday, dear Danny, the wife of the angry Viking therapist. Happy birthday to you. And many more. She's like, you're never going there again. I can't believe it. This is what you do for a week while you're gone. Sit next to that idiot.
Well, this is one of the many birthdays that I've been gone for, and she will continually remind me that the first one I left for work. I had to go to Vegas, to a secret area we've spoken about earlier this week.
Right.
And came back, and I think she thought I was just hanging out in Vegas, going to bring her a cool gift back. And so the only time we had out.
What would you bring back from there? Anyway, continue. I'm thinking of like.
You're tracking.
I got you a bag of sand? Like,
no.
Yeah,
No,
continue.
so we went to the Hard Rock Cafe, and I thought, a Hard Rock Cafe mug with Las Vegas on it. That's perfect. So I brought it back to her, all proud. See, they're already saying no. I didn't mention, though, my wife doesn't drink beer. So I will continuously be in trouble for that one. I thought it was cool. It said Vegas on it.
You tried, man.
You tried. So this one's better.
Renee is like, no.
Yeah, this one's better. I'm already winning.
Happy birthday, Danny.
Is your birthday tomorrow?
It's 24, so.
Those days from now? It's 2-2 right now,
I was
right?
smart enough to get back in time, though.
There you go.
Well,
not just a hat rack.
As long as you turn my truck back to the right.
It's on Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you said first day. I was like, you got plenty of time.
As long as you put my truck back on its wheels and.
Nah. Just gonna run over it a time or two with the
Currently
track
disabled.
Sorry, Danny. I guess you got to come rescue him. Oops, we shut out your tires too. Welcome. There's a spot on the porch for you. The temperature has changed.
Today is the first day of fall.
Today is the first day of fall, eh?
Yeah. It's supposed to be in the 60s with a low of 60s.
It's going to be in the 60s with a low of 60s.
Yeah.
my Amazon right now.
Very
looking up a
Oklahoma.
warm zipper hoodie. Awesome. Let's change my cardigan to a hoodie.
Do we have hoodies in the store? Is that Patreon only?
That's Patreon.
I think you can get a hoodie or two on Teespring. Yeah?
You can get them on Teespring.
You can get them on Teespring. But the cool new ones are Patreon only.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you have to buy one on Teespring? That's messed up.
It was
The
before
hoodies I
we
want
like
with
knew
the-
each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sublimation only.
Let's see.
He's like, hey man, can I get one of those? Oh yeah, here's the link. No,
I sit right next to you at work. Can I please have
when
one?
T sent him stickers, and like we were gonna see him the next week or something, and he needed more stickers, and he's like, well, I'll just bring them since I'm gonna see you anyway.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah,
And now we can get all the things.
all of it.
Yeah, yeah.
All of it.
You know exactly where it sits.
You just have to say,
He's
hey, I
he's
want
literally
one
in charge of
those.
inventory. I'm like, hey, where are the things?
You're taking buckets and stuff
Right.
out of the cart.
Just like,
Where are you going, my Jeep?
hey man, we're out of tourniquets again. Like,
There seems to be a hoodie missing from the inventory.
yeah. Everything that's missing is size XL. What's going on?
Like, we know Mike's not taking it. What's this across the creek page?
Right? Get your cat tourniquets from acrossthecreek.com.
You
$25
do
bucks.
all the shit talking. Like, you could do like a whole like deciphering of what you hear across the creek, like
Yeah.
when we're up at grandma's drinking, or
That would be hysterical. You
that
should
would.
you should live stream at the same time and
I'll
just be like,
stand across the creek, and I'll have my phone. This is what Bear is saying. Oh, there's harmony. Oh,
While you're doing
listen.
the Tax Tuesday, they need to be like in the wood line doing really crappy night vision.
Flashlight.
Oh, what happened?
so before there was a roof on this porch, Harmony was sitting right where Forrest is sitting. One night, me and Yankee were just bored, which is a rarity, but we were bored. And I was like, let's go assault their position. He's like, okay, cool. And
Yo, we're fucking assholes. That was during women's group.
yeah. Yeah.
She
They
said,
were
gosh
freaking
darn.
assholes. I mean, what's the worst of the two words? The effing or the A word?
The F
So-
word for sure.
Yeah, they were assholes. And they snuck up on me while I was doing women's group and totally like poked me. They poked the mama bear. And I about swung around like backhanding some fools, but I didn't.
What you're missing is that at one point I had to cover about 15 yards of open terrain with lights on out here. We had rifles.
One light. It was like the one standalone.
It doesn't matter. There was light.
Theatrical
And
light.
Cheyenne was out here actually, and she turns to look, and I took a knee and knelt perfectly still. And in my mind, I'm going, I'm a rock. I'm a rock. I'm a rock. I'm a rock. Like literally, I'm like just exuding, I'm a rock. And she looked right at me, and I'm just like, I'm a rock. And then she looks the other way, and I'm like, cool. All right. And I look at Yankee. He looks at me. I was like, and we continue going. Then we got underneath the porch. They're all sitting up here. Girl stuff, ladies' night, women's group. And just one hand over the porch, poked her in the back, and she lost it. Ah!
See, I rely on my dog.
Yeah.
My
Should've
dog
relied on
knows
a bear.
what's up. When FedEx dude rolls down our driveway at 11 a.m. or 11 p.m.,
That's a dumb FedEx guy.
that's a dumb FedEx guy. And my dog is on his ass. Like, Mom, what's up? What's this guy doing? Like, is this okay? Should I bite him in the butt? Like, what's going on? And
Yes.
I'm like, it's
Yes.
okay, Sam. I got this. It's all right. And he is on that guy. Like, he's ready at the moment's notice to chew that guy's butt.
But it proves the point. What if there's no Sam?
But
What
it
if I throw
it does
Sam a
prove the
ribeye?
point, but what if there's no Sam? But it also proves the point that like you are trusted. So that proves a whole nother point. Like, if there's people within your camp that are trusted,
Uh-huh.
that then decide to,
Ooh, look at the tactics she just
Yeah.
took it to. Right.
But I
Trusted with
trust
Sam
my
every
dog.
morning.
I
So-
trust my dog
So
with
don't
his
come murder us,
discernment of the
Liz.
situation. That,
Let's
like,
just be like, hey, Sam.
he understands, just like with the FedEx guy, he knows there are trucks coming and going down our driveway throughout the day,
But not at
but not at night when Mama goes to bed. Because, like, as soon as I got up and threw clothes on, he was like, oh, what's up? Like, what are we doing? What's going down? I'm ready, Mom. Like, let's go. And I opened up that door, and he was out the door growling.
He's got a
Ready
really
for a
good
fight.
growl.
So, yeah, like,
Yep.
dogs are, like, they're a whole nother spectrum to preparedness.
Mhm.
That you should have a dog that you trust, that you would depend your life on. Because that's my Sam.
Good job, Rain Cat.
I trust him as much as I trust my husband.
That's really nice. Thanks, babe.
Maybe a little bit more. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Which one's a little bit more?
Maybe.
Right? I'm offended over here. Who's a good boy? Thanks, Arizona Primitive.
He gets his treats. Don't worry. He gets his treats when he does a good job. He,
We're all aware of the
I'm not
treat.
gonna put it on your nose.
We're all aware of the treat.
Yeah. Doc, talk me off of this ledge.
Your wife has lasagna.
Yes, she's the keeper of lasagna.
Okay, we can play. You will be the bad. You will be
He's a good boy.
the bad. No, I'm the one.
Down, bear, sit.
Here's your treat.
yeah, you don't stay so good. Or
Except my dogs just poop on the porch.
Yeah.
So does Bear.
Hey, no, I just pee off the porch. It's fine.
You see, she made a little pond for you.
No, that's not for peeing in.
it might be better than the grass.
Who cares?
I do.
It's fine.
I have to smell it while I'm having my moment of solitude while drinking my coffee. If I inhale a
40
sniff of urine,
Just don't inhale.
it disturbs the shalom.
47,000 gallons of rain have fallen on that spot in the last 3 days. If you can smell a quart of urine, we have problems.
You pee a quart at a time?
Of course. I'm well hydrated.
Just stop inhaling.
Yeah, don't inhale, just like Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Right.
All right, I had sexual relations with that woman. I have never been on that plane full of pedophilia children. Okay, I might have been on that plane full of pedophilia. I have never killed, okay, maybe 218 people just happened to have died. I have never embezzled, okay, well, the Clinton Foundation is certainly just $500 billion. But I have, what is the definition of the? Literally, when I tried to impeach him, he goes, well, define the. Is. Yeah. Well, what do you mean by is? Really? Really?
Just plain James
Asshole.
said define sex.
I'm not going to give up details because of OPSEC, but you know I have to go through that state tomorrow. So
Yeah.
if you don't hear from me,
We have your friend, the angry Viking therapist. Hold in position. We're coming to see you.
we don't appreciate your comments.
Battle of the Black Helicopters. That would be great. Bear Nation versus the Clinton Foundation. Like, I'm in. Let's do this thing. Let's do it. Foe's like, I don't know. I don't know. We got this.
You're getting something from the saltery.
I'm getting something from the Psalter.
That's stuff you can throw at DR again?
Thou shalt not edamame thine brother, I think is somewhere in Leviticus. Caveman kernels for the win, man. Caveman kernels for the win. That stuff is so good. It's also, I put a sprinkle of caveman seasoning in some chicken salad I made the other day because we have 4,000 pounds of chicken, and it was delicious. So, to pee or not to pee? That's the question. Always pee. If you don't, you'll explode. Tales from the Cryptid.
Always reminded of Tico Brahe.
Tico Brahe.
Terry said, God only gives you what you can handle. Some days you just want to scream. Really, God, you think I'm that good?
I did not even see that.
There's a lot of things.
Well,
I
it's
can see.
true.
I just remember a movie comedy.
CLC Farm, good night. I feel like I said that kind of like, Detroit, good night. Like at the end of a show, you know what I mean?
Bless you.
Bless you. Shalom. Good night.
Pickled wife. I mean, you can totally pickle your wife.
Talk to them about pickling your wife.
I don't know. You're the one that dropped the whole like pickles and like
my wife with tequila and then
shabam.
things to her.
Shabama lamb lamb.
You just offended because it's true.
It's true.
Helpless, hopeless, and not good enough. You got to get it from the right side to the left side, baby.
You
Bilateral stimulation. There you go.
You're not gonna stimulate me with pickles.
Wow.
I don't know. You're really into pickles.
Whoa.
So, you like them kosher dills.
Kosher is the key
Sweet
word.
ones.
Oh, what a ridiculous channel we have. What a ridiculous channel we have. What's crazy is like this is normalcy. There just happens
Literally all day long.
Yeah, there just happens to be a camera on right now. Like this is
I can back this up.
We read the
Yeah.
other
We-
I will back up.
Like-
This is the norm.
Yeah,
this is
We just happen to turn the camera on.
right.
yeah. We shit talk each other on a daily basis,
Constantly.
and that's what makes us so strong.
Right.
Like the other day, I threw a bear back at him because he was talking shit
In the office,
in the office about
which I own.
Yeah, which he yeah. I mean, like
Great plug. Where do you get these bear
Throwing
facts you speak of?
throwing the product that I designed and created at me. Like,
Yeah.
you think you're cool? Watch this.
bam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is normal amongst us.
And then Renee hides under it.
And then Renee, so I threw a bear back at him, and she ducked under her desk and moved her chair in front of her face with a water bottle. For those that missed the water bottle hiding
The wall of water. She's like,
Yeah.
you can't see me. I'm hiding. Yeah, it was. You had to be there.
from the
but-
back, the other back porch bitches. Yeah, Renee now thinks water can hide her, even though it can't.
Well, I missed that part.
No, you didn't. You were there.
You were there. I was the whole time like.
Oh yeah, that.
The only thing you saw was the water
Yeah.
bottle, so yeah.
That.
Oh, that's what happened.
That.
That makes sense.
That it. I'm triggered. What do you? Okay, great question. Honest opinion. What do you think is happening with all these purple-haired soy boy beta males that are all triggered over trying to burn down Portland and all this garbage? Like in your professional opinion, or if you were just like, sorry, Bear, can't touch that one. I got letters after my name. That's cool too. I get
You
it.
can say
Yeah.
that.
How about this? There's a YouTube channel called The Angry Viking Therapist that talks about being a man.
Okay, I dig that. I dig that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know that it's what you wear, it's what you do. So I know a whole lot of males. I don't know a whole lot of men. And that to be a man doesn't mean you have to know how to skin a buck. That's
Right.
that's an awfully handy thing to have, or fix a carburetor. But there are responsibilities as a man that we are not upholding anymore.
There's a demeanor.
Yep.
The demeanor about a man that a lot of men in society no longer have. And we've talked about this, like with the generational independent
Bless you,
woman,
Jesse.
because that was like when I was growing up, that was a huge thing. That you were a single mom and you were absolutely A-okay being a single mom. And so you raise these super strong women that were ready to take on the flipping world. And you say I can't do that? Well, hold my, whatever, and watch this. Like, I'm going to make it happen. And so you have these super strong women that are now raising these young boys. And that is going to convey to their children that
No man.
when there's no man in the picture, or the man that is there is frowned upon, shit talked on, what have you.
Emasculated. Yep.
Right. And so, and that's why I see like this upcoming generation that kind of they are the way that they are, is because our previous generation, there was such the push and such the influx of these strong single females, and that the world couldn't stop them, they would stop the world.
Well, they took it too far.
And I think that, yeah, I think
like, I don't need a
absolutely.
man, instead of being like, I can be strong and my man can be strong, and imagine we can take on the world together. And that's to me the difference. Like, you don't have to be stronger than your man. You need to pull each other up.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, that I think is one of the reasons we have a lot of what's going on with the pussification of men in the world today, is that their mamas didn't give them no backhand. Like,
Yeah, like their daddy wasn't there.
I'm super strong, but even still, like, when my kids mess up, men or women, or, girl or male, like, you mess up, you're gonna get, like, that smackety smack from mom.
Here's the deal. Femininity cannot bestow masculinity.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
absolutely.
And it doesn't mean, it's not taking anything away from single moms out there that have had to do the best that they could with what they had where they were at. And it doesn't mean that some people who were victim of circumstance didn't realize down the road, hey, I've got this hole in my upbringing where I've got to find a man to latch on to learn man stuff from. Like, lots of people I know, dad was out of the picture, but grandpa was awesome. Or they had an uncle who was cool, or they had a boss that really poured into them, or a friend or a pastor or somebody. But young men need that masculinity. They gravitate towards that. And if they're raised in a void of that, they don't have the understanding of how to behave and what to do. It's the same reason why in John chapter 16, Yeshua says, hey man, I gotta go, but I'm gonna send you the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, because if you can't see me, y'all are not gonna know what to do. So if I send you the Holy Spirit, you'll understand righteousness, law, or sin, righteousness, and judgment. And so if you don't have a role model, you can't see that role model. You got nobody to walk with, nobody to emulate. And so in the same way, I see that with men today. There's been a lack of real men, and I think in certain instances, a systematic emasculation of men, that the big they, don't want us to be strong. You can blame a lot of people for that. Not 100% of the problem, but a large portion of the problem has come from our pulpits. I think we've taught that meekness is weakness, and that's bullshit. That's absolutely untrue. Bless you, Danny Jackson. No, meekness means essentially controlled chaos. Knowing that I can utterly destroy you, but I stay my hand. That is completely different from not being able to affect my will upon you at all. It's employing wisdom and discernment to not wipe you off the face of the earth. And so I've seen a lot of that from the pulpits, the polo-wearing beta male nice guys. They can't give their congregation masculinity because they don't have it to begin with. They can't give their men strength because they don't have it to begin with. You can't give somebody something you don't have. Just like femininity cannot bestow masculinity. And so many of us have suffered through an upbringing where we needed a positive male role model and didn't have one. But that doesn't mean you don't seek one out. But I think part of what you were saying was not only did those role models not exist, but systematically we put roadblocks in between the people who needed those role models and the role models. So we've raised generations of people that literally don't know how to behave. They don't know how to be men, and because they've been programmed to be the opposite of men, when you confront them with an A-type personality, it's like, hey, you're totally messed up. Good news, we can fix it though, but you got to quit acting like a little sissy boy first. They melt, right? This is that snowflake culture. They're like, how dare you? And it's like, you've been assaulted by my words? Wait till I get my hands on you. You know what I'm like? Words are just words. Yeah, they can hurt somebody, but they're, my hands are incomparable to words, right? And so there's a total generational lack of understanding about how to conduct yourself as a man. And I don't know. I don't have an answer nationwide about how we fix that, but in our homes, right, Deuteronomy 6:5, raise your kids up the way that they shall go, and they will not depart from it when they are older, right? Diligently teach them. Talk about it when you stand up and when you lie down, when you walk about the way. Put it on your doorposts and on your gates. Like, make sure your kids understand, hey, this is how we behave. And getting back to that biblical Christianity, sometimes the way that we behave is there's evil over there, go destroy it. Well, turn the other cheek, brother. No, not in the face of evil. Pick up 2 swords, go over there and handle that.
Face that headstrong.
Right. Bah! What's next? Oh, there's more evil? Go deal with that evil too. And that actually gets into the inclusivity versus exclusivity. You're either the Father's people or you're not. And we've been sold this bill of goods as well. Well, everybody is within the love of Christ. Yeah, but you have to onboard that love of Christ and truly have a repentance of the heart and change your direction, change your action, right? Like recovery is predicated on a change of action. We don't just talk about it. Our physiology actually changes. The way we behave changes. We're a different person than when we started, right? And so the idea that we can just espouse belief and therefore be saved, it's like saved from what? You're still you. Now you're made new by the sacrifice of Yeshua and by the love of the Most High, but that's the first step, not the last step, right? And so the whole world has been gifted this redemption, but they have to step into that and walk in it. And if they won't, unfortunately, there are vast swaths of evil that need to be, at the very least, kept at arm's distance, and in some cases, utterly destroyed. And I think the days are coming where that utterly destroyed becomes a more and more likely scenario. And I don't blame the snowflakes for being snowflakes, but if they don't learn how to not be snowflakes, they might fall into that category. And unfortunately, I think they become the useful idiots for people that would foment division in this country. Marxist revolution and all of that, to go, hey, look at these purple-haired beta males. We can use them for our end goals.
And you have women acting as mother and father, but women are not fathers.
Right. That's what we were just talking about.
It's a clear division that we are good at our motherly instincts. We are not good at fatherly/manly instincts.
No, you're not.
And we can try, but we're just not. That's not our forte.
And I'm not good at the motherly stuff.
Right.
I'm always like, be harder on the kids, and she's like, be softer on the kids, and I'm like, no. She's like, no. I
No,
sleep.
School night.
Is it a school night?
You're not done with your school.
Oh, snap.
You get done with
Speaking
your
of
school
motherly
early.
stuff,
Well, if you do it, you get done with it, you can have a sleepover.
Fathered by God. Yeah. Hey, that's exactly right. I think that's the first book we did on men's group, Fathered by God. Yep. And so,
well, it's all learned behavior too. So we talked early about dealing with trauma, right, or dealing with negative things.
I'm gonna go pee off the
and
porch,
how
talk to the people.
All right, taking over. Welcome to Bear Nation. So, welcome to Bear Nation. Welcome to Bear Nation. One of the questions I always get is who are my top 5 favorite drummers. Number 1 through 4.
Poll one night, like who was, like what were the questions?
Number 1 through 4 of my favorite drummers is Joey Jorderson, revolutionary, and number 5. Number 5 is Lars from Metallica, revolutionary. So that's Bear's favorite, by the way, not mine. So it's learned behavior, right? So we go back to this trauma stuff, or just negative life experiences. There's big T trauma. That's the trauma everybody thinks about: 9/11, car crashes, assaults. Little T trauma is what we call adverse life events. So that's the stuff that happens: the divorces, the dad leaving. I'll put it into that category of not being able to learn the behavior of a man if the man isn't there. Now, like Bear said, that's not to take away from the awesome single moms that have trucked it and done it and had to make do. And we're not blaming them, but responding to things, responding to other people, responding to traumas, responding to negative life events, it's a learned behavior. Whether you learn it a negative way and you feel helpless or hopeless or not good enough, or whether you learn to deal with things. So if you're not taught those things, if 0 through 12 of your childhood was nothing but trauma, you don't know how to deal with that. You don't even have a prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of the brain yet. It's not formed till age 25. So you don't even have the ability, the physical ability to understand what's happening to you when you're 8 years old. All you know is fight or flight. You might as well be a horse. Horses only have a limbic system. So all they know is fight or flight. That's why they're either running crazy or your best friend. That's it. There's no in between. And when you're 8, that's all you know. So this is all learned behavior stuff, whether it's from trauma at 8 or whether it's from that adverse life event of dad leaving at 8 or no dad at all. These are all learned life events. We learn how to deal with these things. If you never learned, how are you going to deal with learning and dealing with things in later life? If at 8, all you learned was it was your fault and you're a crappy person, at 25 when you get fired from your job and you break up with your girlfriend, guess what? You're all of a sudden, again, it's all your fault and a crappy person. So, I winged it for you.
Okay, you just like blew everybody's mind with like that last little like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, my whole childhood. I'm just like,
yeah, how you supposed to know how to react to critical events when you're 20, when at 8 they already happened and you already had to be an adult?
Is there any evidence that some people do develop prefrontal cortex earlier than others?
Oh, sure. 25 is kind of the average. And for a long time, they've even thought 18, 21. It's moved through the years, so I don't know that is a statistical definite.
Right.
It's probably just the mean, the average.
Right.
So I'm sure there is.
So, kind of, you talked about the limbic system being the smoke alarm that goes off when, oh shit, everything's on fire, right? And then the prefrontal cortex is kind of that thinking brain, strategic, long-term, let's weigh our options here, cost-benefit analysis, what happens if I do this versus if I do that. Because of life events, I started working full-time at 15. I had my first business at 17. What does my brain look like at 17 when I go, all right, I got to start this business? Like, if all I have is a smoke alarm, and at that point, how do I get to where I'm able to look at, and I'm asking humbly, able to look at the situation and go, if I don't do something, we're gonna have a problem here. So I'm gonna be proactive and start a business. Like, how does that work?
I was gonna say, I was 13 when I chewed my dad's ass.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, the formation is probably more of a neuroscience question or a psychiatry question.
Right.
Where I'm a psychotherapist, the treatment side. But, yeah, I see that every day in my office of people that have had to either A, learn to grow up faster or take care of themselves. But here's where, and so to answer that part first, I'm sure, well, I don't know. I'm not a neuroscientist, but I'm sure that if you're having to use that part of your brain more,
Right.
surely it must form faster because look at the limbic system, right? It makes total sense for me for the limbic system. If you're 8 and have to use the fight or flight brain, which you should not use when you're 8,
Right.
You're supposed to be protected and loved and taken care of, then clearly it takes over and gets stronger. So wouldn't it make sense, I'm no neuroscientist, but wouldn't it make sense that the prefrontal cortex would step up when it's needed too? I think you can make an argument for that. But it goes back to that whole, you know, I've worked with plenty of clients that had to grow up and be their own at 15 or 16 and 17, whether it be years of bullying, whether it be, you know, ostracized by their parents, whether their parents passed away tragically. But I don't know a whole lot of them that at least don't still have a little bit of that not loved, not good enough. Now, maybe it's not dysfunctional. Maybe it's not taking care of their whole life or taking over their whole life. Maybe it's not becoming a problem. Maybe it's something they've been able to get through. One of my mentors says the only thing that works as well as EMDR is 30 years, right? But you're still kind of a mess after 30 years, right? But 30 years afterwards, you've kind of gotten yourself into a place maybe of less reaction. That's not true for everybody, but look at that limbic system reaction. If your belief is that you were unloved and not good enough at 17, it's a pretty slim chance that somebody's made you feel truly loved and good enough at 40.
Right.
Now, maybe you did find the one. Maybe you find the one that he sent, and maybe you found the one, and you've gotten into a place of, you know what, all that stuff was terrible, but it's over and I'm good, you know, and that's great. That wouldn't necessarily need therapy, but it's when it's dysfunctional that it causes us problems. How many people do we know or reach out to us that are still struggling 30 years later, even if they don't feel like it's because of an earlier life event. And again, early life event doesn't have to mean childhood. It could mean yesterday. Right. You know, it could be yesterday an event that's propping up. So it doesn't have to be that. It commonly is because of the world we live in today. Unfortunately, it goes back to all that, you know, childhood stuff. But even if it's not, I can't tell you how many people in my office we talk about how you feel today, that helpless, hopeless, not good enough. And I ask you, when's the first time? Put that in your mind. When's the first time you remember feeling that way? And how many people go, oh man, 12 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old, when this happened, you know, yep, 5, or just whenever that first started off. For some people, it's an assault. For some people, it doesn't have to be physical. It doesn't have to be war to be traumatic stress. Right? I got that question earlier today on my page. It doesn't have to be war to be traumatic stress. It's just a critical event that your brain doesn't know what to handle. And if you think about critical events, the way I always describe them is the left side of your brain, that's all your file cabinets, right? That's all the stuff that you know. And 2 + 2 is 4 over there, whether you like it or not. Doesn't matter if you hate math, love math, failed out of school for math. It's just in a drawer. 2 + 2 is 4, no emotion. Well, the stuff that comes in on that right side, and in REM sleep, it's supposed to go to the left side, right? It's supposed to be put away. The example I always use is about 16 or so, you learned how to change a flat tire, maybe a little earlier for people working in construction, right? And you went to REM sleep that night, and that your brain said, what do I do with this information? We'll put it in the auto repair drawer. How do we know that? Because you don't drive down the interstate thinking about how to change the flat tire, right? You deal with it when you deal with it. What drawer are you supposed to put sexual assault in? You know, what drawer are you supposed to put absentee father in? There's a drawer for that. It's like jamming a square peg in a round hole.
Right.
So it gets stuck in kind of what I call purgatory as a raw nerve. And if you ever had a kid that fell on their knee on the concrete, scraped up their knee, you don't have to touch it to make it hurt. You blow air in its general direction. It's a raw nerve, right? And so that raw nerve whether it's the incident itself or the feelings from the incident that we talked about, when those get flicked, might as well be standing there at 8 years old again, or 5. Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Damn, you suck at this, Doc.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of
You
school
make me
loans,
want to
so.
spew my childhood at you.
Like,
You see why you're doing this.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
It's like,
minutes.
right.
So you're staying for a year and a half, right? he brought a house with him. It's
I
on
brought
the
a
back
house,
of his
there's an
truck.
office in there, yeah. Yep.
Praise y'all.
'Cause I mean, I think that's the key. Like, we all have that thing. Like, that one thing that kind of changed us and set our course for foreverdom until we get fixed. Like, we have that thing. And until it's fixed, it's kind of, yeah, like it's not right there in the front of our brain, but it's like the next thing back. And when we hit conflicts, when we hit obstacles, that's kind of the thing that flies to the front.
Yeah. Yeah, that helpless, hopeless, not good enough. It's
Right.
like, gosh dang.
Yeah. And, but everybody's got that something. Like,
Here's the, like,
I
but,
mean, we could go on for an hour about what all of our somethings are.
oh, easily. Easily.
Yeah.
We'd be here till the sun came up. I need 6 or 7 hours myself. But I think, and one of the reasons I really enjoyed talking with the doc here is that I've been able to make my peace with some incredibly difficult portions of my life. And I credit that to the Father. And I think it's been the strength of the relationship with Him that has allowed me to take all of this shit inside of the hurt locker and look at it, desensitization, and look at it and go, wow, that sucked. It still sucks. But every time I take it out and look at it, it hurts a little bit less. Until when I take it out and look at it, it's still something that sucks. But it's not something that sucks so bad that it hurts me right now. Right? It's like, it's just something that happened, something that was unfortunate, and I have strong emotional feelings about it, but they're not crippling in the moment. Right? So that desensitization. But it took, I think, for me understanding, like, people say, oh, well, I'm saved by the blood of Jesus. And, like, awesome. And you are.
Every time I hear the TV, I don't like it. And Rabbi said, no TV off.
So you need some assistance with Ripley? Are you doing toddler stuff? Yeah.
Miss Liz will help. Okay.
So it's like saved by the blood of Messiah. From what? Well, obviously from sin and death. But from the me that I was. And it's like, it was incredibly difficult for me to forgive people who have wounded me. But the hardest thing I've ever done is forgive myself. Straight up. Like me, earmuffs kids, did a lot of fucked up things. And me had a lot of fucked up things that happened to me. And it's like, the things that happened to me were one thing. And they sucked. And they certainly informed the situation. But the things that I did, those were the hardest things for me to forgive. And so, like, being saved was being saved from that. So the whole idea of I'm made new, it's like, yeah, praise Yah, I was made new. That those are just something that happened in the previous chapter of my life. I'm here now. Now, it doesn't mean that I still don't have all the context of the story that brought me to this chapter of my life in the first place. But when I look back at that chapter, it's not so raw and so emotional and so powerful that I have to keep rereading that chapter and being crippled by it, right? And so that's, at least for me, it was desensitization and realizing, like, yeah, in that moment, like you say, like you made a comparison earlier, it's like, oh yeah, some bad shit happened to you. It's like, so let me get this straight. When you're 8 years old and 50 pounds, you're supposed to beat off some guy who's 250 pounds. You know what I mean? Get him off of you. It's like, no, clearly not. Click. Right? Shit like that. And so as you, at least for me, as you have these realizations, is for me, as I take the shit out of the box and I look at it and go, wow, that really sucked. That's terrible. What do we do with this? And so what I would do is I'd take it out of the box and look at it and go, this is terrible. And I go, yeah, that was that guy that I was. I'm going to pray for that guy that I was. I'm going to give all of this to the Father. And then I'd put it away. And then every time, it didn't just go away when I gave it to the Father, but like 1%, 0.5%, the weight, the crushing weight of that would go away when I'd take it out and look at it, pray over it, and be like, all right, Father, this is yours, because certainly not mine. I can't do this anymore. I'm not built to carry this. And in the moment, that crushing weight would come off me. And the next time I would take it out again, I'd look at it and go, you know, this used to 98% F me up, and now only 95% Fs me up. Whoa, that's 3% progress. Praise Yah for my analytical brain, right? And that's like, we're at 72%. Holy cow, we're at 27%, right? And now I'm still, like, truth in advertising, probably 20%. Right, but like 20% is bearable. It's livable.
Right.
Like you say, it's like it's in black and white now. Right? It's not vivid. I'm not smelling smells and tasting tastes and seeing things in the moment of this terrible shit that happened. It's just a thing that happened. And for me, the concept of being made new, it's like not only is it a thing that happened, it's a thing that happened to somebody that I'm not even that person anymore. Praise Yah. Right? And so that has been a real useful tool for me. It's like by his hand, he saw fit to remake this thing with the blood of his son. And I'm like, oh wow, that's some good stuff. Because there's been so much bad stuff that without that, I wouldn't have had the separation that I needed from the chaos to be able to unpack and desensitize the chaos. I don't know if that made sense to anybody at all.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and you and I talked about this earlier, that one of the questions that we talk about when we're dealing with traumatic events or just, you know, negative events that have caused these feelings is, you know, we're going to look at the event and kind of what comes up when you think about that event. But one question I ask is, when you think about that event, what negative thing does it mean about yourself? And we're really trained to say what negative thing comes up, you know. But over the years of doing this for so long, I say, what negative thing does it mean about yourself? And let's say it's an event you had nothing to do with, like the example you used, a 300-pound man assaulting a 50-pound kid. Right. They know, prefrontal cortex, you couldn't stop that. But you ask them, and they've been told that 1,000 times, and they know it. And when you ask them, what does this mean about you? I'm a piece of crap and I should have stopped it.
You can say shit. It's okay.
I'm a piece of shit and I should have stopped it, right? So, and as a human sitting across from that, of course you want to say, no, that doesn't make sense. This had nothing to do with you. You were 5 or 8 or 20 or, you know, this doesn't make sense. And I know everybody tells you this doesn't make sense. But until you see it, you don't see it, right? Until the brain goes, oh, shit,
Right.
it wasn't my fault. It's still terrible. I don't like it. It still doesn't make me feel good. But oh,
There was
now
nothing I could have
finally
done.
see.
Yeah.
Yep. And the trick is that nobody answers that question with nobody answers that question with, well, I just don't like that guy anymore. I don't like that person, right? I saw somebody post, I wish I saw who it was, but that I say things to myself that I'd punch a man in the face for.
Yep.
Right? That was really good. I'm gonna have to steal that from
Well,
you.
we need to hit that just for a moment because one of the things I heard Gary Vee say at one time, and it resonated with so much truth that I totally onboarded it. When you hear that voice in your mind that is shit talking yourself, you have to understand that's not you. That's not the you in here. The you in here loves you. But up here, you've onboarded all these things. You know, I'll just pick a football coach. You're slow, you're fat, you're lazy, you're dumb, you're untalented. Whoa, guy, I was playing varsity in the 7th grade, but thanks for the motivation. You know what I mean? Got it. But yeah, you're slow, you're fat, you're lazy, you're unmotivated, you're not talented. Well, I'll be out on a ruck with a 69-pound rucksack and a rifle, kicking ass, getting 11-minute miles with a rucksack on, and I hear this in my mind, you're slow, you're fat, you're lazy, you're untalented, you're not motivated. And it's like, but am I? Because if I look around, I'm the only asshole out here with a rucksack on. But there's this thing, this track playing in my head. You're slow, you're fat, you're lazy, you're unmotivated, you're not talented. It's like, I don't believe that about me. But some asshole somewhere put that into my brain. And I recorded those little snippets and I play them back to myself. And I have gotten ruthless with my self-talk. That when my self-talk goes to shit, when I start hearing in my brain, you're slow, you're fat, you're lazy, you're unmotivated, you're not talented, I crush that. No, I'm not those things. Because you will build an entire psyche out of that talk. It will totally inform how you treat yourself, let alone the rest of the world. If you believe you're a piece of shit, you will be. If you believe that you were fearfully and wonderfully created for a purpose in the image of the Creator, you will act that way. And so you should crush that self-talk. I'm slow, I'm fat, I'm lazy, I'm unmotivated, I'm not talented. No, I am fearfully and wonderfully created in the image of my Creator for a purpose for this time. Two completely different things. But my non-doctorate, unprofessional recommendation to you would be destroy negative self-talk.
Absolutely.
And completely get rid of it. And it's not easy. I catch myself in it all the time, but when I hear that, I press pause. Wait a minute. Do I actually believe that about myself? And most of the time the answer is no. If the answer is no, just get rid of it. And if the answer is yes, coming back to the hopeless, helpless, not good enough. All right, well, what can I do about that? Maybe I am slow, run faster, right? Maybe I am fat, do push-ups, eat less cookies, copy that, right? And like, is that easy? Not necessarily, but it's doable. Right? Am I unmotivated? I don't know. I got 3 businesses, a homestead, a ministry, a wife, a team, a porch full of people. Kids, homeschool now. I don't know if 2 channels on the internet. I don't know if unmotivated is the phrase that I would use, right? Lazy, I don't know. I spend half the Shabbat walking around going, all right, when can we do shit? Right? But let's say those things did convict me. Maybe I am. Well, good, then ruthlessly destroy that so that you're not that thing anymore. Spin it around so that it becomes a positive, it becomes a motivator rather than something that's destroying you from the inside out. So,
Well, and if you can't destroy those yourself, find a therapist. Find somebody that does things like EMDR. Find somebody that understands trauma And if you don't find the right one, keep finding. If you reach out to me, I tell people all the time, if we have a conversation and I'm not the guy, I will help you find the person that is.
Amen.
It is no negative to me. I click with certain people and I don't click with other people. You know, I definitely don't click with the overall therapist community. It's a little different.
But that's a beautiful thing.
Right.
Because how many people in a cardigan and a beta male will be sitting on my porch right now, right? But go ahead.
No, I was just gonna just continuing that thought of, if you can't, doesn't mean you're weak and stupid and can't handle it. It's just your record that keeps playing. And those things I talked about today is there are no secrets to that. That's what I tell people the first time they're in my office, because I want them to understand, hey, look, doesn't it make sense that you're not a broken piece of crap and you're messed up and uneducated and stupid? You just got a limbic system problem. So let's fix that.
Right.
It's a fixable thing.
Take the batteries out of the smoke alarm.
Yeah. Yep. It's a fixable thing. You're not broken or stupid or messed up or weak or can't handle it. You just got a limbic system problem. Shit, let's fix that.
Yeah. You're hardwired that way.
Let's fix it.
And it's like the potency of our words too. I mean, even Yeshua said, you know, just talking bad to people like that too. I mean, it's the same as murder.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're exactly right. Speaking life versus speaking destruction. If you call your brother an idiot, you might as well have murdered him, right? Because of the power of the word, right? And you're absolutely right.
Well, think if your best friend was sitting right next to you and saying those things, you would give them 1,000 rational, evidence-based reasons they're not. Dude, you're not a piece of crap. Let me tell you these awesome things that you are, and your best friend feels better, right?
Right.
Oh, man, thank you. That's great. That's cool. That's healing. But you won't do it to yourself. You won't tell yourself those 1,000 things.
Well,
and if you do, you just contradict them.
But see, that's coming back to that self-care, and then I'll let you go, bud. Coming back to that self-care. You got to love you enough to stick up for you in the moment.
Exactly. Like, so y'all, I have had my own dad call me and say, would you shed a tear if you found out I was dead tomorrow? My answer was no. Because I have given grace, I have given understanding, I have given strength to try and build them up. And there comes a time, and I think that this is biblical also, when you don't do what you've been told, and you don't do what you've been told, and you don't do what you've been told, and then all of a sudden, God turns a blind eye.
You're disregarded. Hebrews 8 verse 10.
You're disregarded. And it broke my heart to have to admit that, like, yeah, I might be kind of upset because, yeah, I know you're my dad. But am I going to cry and am I going to lose my shit because you made continuous after continuous after continuous stupid decisions in your life? No. Because I've already come to terms with that. You've been doing that since I was a wee little one. And I have already come to terms with my mind that I have tried and I have tried and I have tried to save your ass. And your ass doesn't want saved.
However, comma, but.
But
However, comma, but. Your dad is now going to church.
he's doing better. Yeah,
He's been on a grindstone. He's been on a grindstone mission.
This was 7 years ago.
This was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I've got people in my family. I need two hands to count the number of friends that I've had that have blown their hearts up with narcotics. Okay? We're not even going to talk about the number of friends that I've had that have taken their own lives. Right?
But you and me both, like, we have come from addiction,
Of course.
and we know the struggle, and we have chosen the light. We
Yeah.
have not chosen to stay in that darkness.
And we've also pulled each other back from the brink when we needed it. Like, hey, you're an effing mess, but I love you anyway.
Right.
And I'm not going to let you continue to be a mess. Even though right now, I love you, but I don't like you very much.
We don't say that ever.
I would never say that to you.
That goes back to the co-warriors.
Co-warriors.
You're
Yep.
fighting with each other.
Hold on. Say that again.
That just goes back to in Genesis, you're co-warriors. But you guys are fighting with each other, for each other.
Right.
So you're fighting your own battles. Renee's fighting my battles with me. So that's... And there's a lot of times that she says, hey, I don't like you today.
But I'm still gonna fight
But we're
battles
still
with you.
fighting together. Yeah.
Still gonna fight.
Still gonna fight battles with you. Because that's the choice that we made. That's our choice is to like, I'm gonna fight the battles with you whether I like you or not, because I know you need it, even if you're not very lovable today.
And
Amen.
vice versa.
Amen.
And the way I fight her battles is I take all the kids and I leave for like 6 hours.
Renee needs a nap and some food. That's usually fixes it.
The teddy bear's always welcome.
So, yeah.
And you do have to love them from a distance. Like,
Boundaries.
my dad and I are totally good now. Like, I understand he's kind of going to always be the way he's going to be. And
But-
he understands that I'm always going to be the way I'm going to be.
But he's
And-
way less him now.
He
In
is- I
a
mean,
good
like,
way. I mean, I
Yeah.
love him. He's gosh, he's figuring out how to be a good grandpa, and he's getting his life together,
Yes.
and he's doing the things, right? And it's
He's
like,
trying, which is, that's mountains for him. The
right.
fact that he's trying.
It's just tough because of everything that's come before that.
Absolutely.
Yep. And it's totally understandable,
Yeah.
right? Which means you got to move some shit from the right side to the left side of your
Right.
brain.
Well, and you have to, like,
Yeah, right side to left side.
Go that way. To the left, to the
you
left.
have to proclaim
All that
those
messed
hard
up shit in the
truths
box to the left.
sometimes, you know? Because it was his sister that died before that,
Yep.
that, you know, he got mad at me because I wouldn't go to the funeral. And I said, Dad, she did it to herself. Like, it's been 20 years of this. And she had choices and she had options, but she chose to stay in that dark tunnel. And yeah, the death is kind of the end goal of that tunnel. Like, you keep going down that path, you eventually die.
Chase, shalom, brother.
And he got mad. He got furious with me. And I was like, I can't help it. Like, I'm not going to mourn somebody that basically asked for their own death. And that's kind of the stance that I've taken with my dad, is that you can't expect me to mourn you if you keep going down that path.
Yeah, don't make me indifferent to your passing.
Right.
That's just, I mean, sometimes that's healthy boundaries when there's been trauma. Sorry, you didn't turn the camera. I think oftentimes those things are healthy boundaries as adults that we need to set with the traumas that we had in our childhood, and we need to set that, and that often stops the cycle, because I think with our spouses we have cycles, with our parents we have cycles. They say this, we say that. They say this, we say that. And when we can change that, all of a sudden they're like, wait, you're like healthier and like handling this better, and they don't know what to do with that.
You're
and that
different.
changes
I've
you're different.
experienced this
Yeah.
before.
And you change that dynamic, and that makes them stop and go, okay, what's going on here? And they evaluate things differently, because we can run that playbook like over and over since
Right.
our childhood. We just walk back into that. And sometimes as adults, we have to completely change that.
You know, it's funny you say that, because there's actually a holy, bless you. There's a Torah for this. Of course there's a Torah for this. Generational curses. The breaking of generational curses. And talking about patterns of behavior and learned behavior. You were talking about that earlier, ABT. We repeat what we see. We emulate those that we're around, right? And what is done to us, we tend to do to others. If it's loving and good, we tend to spill out loving and good on other people. If it's hateful and mean, we tend to spill out hateful and mean on other people, right? It's that breaking of generational curses to learn that, like, it's painful. And, like, everybody's got a story. Everybody has a story. And brief tangent. Gosh dang, if I could just remember that everybody has a story. Rather than try and knock their effing teeth out. Just remember that everybody has a story.
Everything
right?
you're going through, they're probably
'Cause
I listen to stories for a living, 9 hours a day, up to 60 hours a week. Still get pissed,
Right.
right? Because I don't.
Right.
Because in that not context, and remembering everybody's story is not about people running over you and being okay, right? I don't want my patients to get run over either, right? Even if they are in a better place, that doesn't mean they need to get run over. Just let things go. There's a big difference between letting things go and doing something about it rationally versus irrationally, which is emotionally.
Well, what I'm talking about is meeting people where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be better at this. I know that I have to be better at this. Everybody has a story. Like, we're not supposed to judge the book by its cover, but I'm so me that I see the cover and I'm like, I got the rest of this shit figured out. Right? And it's like, well, the me now would have never had anything to do with the me 5 years ago, let alone a decade ago. You know what I mean? And so I have got to get better at that, of just being compassionate towards people and meeting them where they're at. And it's funny because in my daily, you know, it's almost normalcy bias. You see people around here and it's like making key judgments in the moment without any context whatsoever, without any understanding, without any compassion whatsoever. We go on a mission halfway across the country and the assumption's completely different. These people need help. We're here to help them. That's like, well, asshole, why'd you have to drive 900 miles to go help people? And there's people here that need help. There's people here that you should be compassionate towards. And it's not cheapening what Grindstone does. But what's different about people 900 miles away than 9/10 of a mile away? Right? It's like everybody has a story. And if we could just remember, it's like there's brokenness haunting everybody. Just underneath the surface for some of us. It's there and it's real. If I could just remember that in my dealings with people without, because especially like as a we talked about this too. An A-type is not something you claim, it's just something you are. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I'm an A-type personality. It's like, no shit, we noticed. You know what I mean? Like, A+, thank you very much. Exactly. I have 7 or 8 personalities, thank you much. They're all A's. All of them. But especially as an A-type, at least for me, I won't speak for everybody, but one of my defense mechanisms is putting up the wall that is that armor. And it's like I live in a bubble, and it's made of steel and Kevlar, and woe unto you if you try and come inside of it, because I will destroy you. The end. Right? And that's completely separate from the, oh, you pose a threat to people I love, let me sing you the song of my people and turn you into compost. They're two separate things. It's the projection of this persona as armor that serves as a wall in between me and the world. Right? Because
The wall is between you and the people you love often, and you don't need to do that.
well, that's the thing that happens, is that you onboard this concept of the wall in between me and the world, because yeah, I'm broken, and yeah, there's shit inside of here that hurts, and I don't want anybody picking at my scabs, let alone reminding me of my own scabs so that I start picking at them, right? And so as much standoff capability as I can have with the world, I'm good, right? Well, what happens is, or what can happen, at least for me, is that when I'm out in the world doing a disservice to everybody, including myself, because I've got my armor up and I'm forgetting that everybody has a story and I'm supposed to be employing compassion, and I'm not. I'm supposed to be meeting people where they are, and I'm not. Then I come home and I still have that armor on. I still have this going on. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. I don't want to know about it. I'm in the mode that I'm in right now. My modality is don't poke the bear. And it's like, yeah, but we're the only people on earth allowed to touch you. Break the effing wall down. You know what I mean? But I've seen that in my life where I can go from jovial back porch sitting, having a glass of whiskey, hanging out, talking on the phone, to wall up, armor up, who are we killing? You know what I mean? That fast. Without any remembrance of, yeah, everybody has a story. Without any and this is, I guess, confession time. Without any remembrance that, yeah, we are fearfully and wonderfully created for a purpose, for this time, and it's my job to engage these people. And I'm not, because my armor's up. And it's like, and I know these things about me, and yet and still,
And now I give you somebody to remind you often when your wall's too thick.
yeah, she's good with jackhammers. She's like, nice wall, asshole. Beep, beep, beep.
You knocking down the wall.
Right. So, I feel like I owe you for 47 hours of therapy.
I do take insurance.
Well, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have any, so my kids have some, but not me.
Well, cash is fine.
Okay, cool. So the rent for the last 2 days was $2,400 a day. So
We went back and forth on this.
We're even.
The rent and the increase to your electric bill. Yet I'm going to dump my entire septic system in the driveway,
one time.
which is quickly followed by you flipping over my truck with a backhoe.
I don't know what happened. We had a freak backhoe accident.
Weird.
Now your pickup truck's upside
High wind.
down. High wind. Dang old Oklahoma high winds. Trees are fine, house is fine, truck got flipped over. It's the weirdest thing, Danny. He can't come home. He can't come home.
So you just have to come here.
You gotta come rescue them.
Right.
Build you something.
I got a house behind my truck. I'm good.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, we got people.
Barn raising everywhere.
Barn raising it. Oh yeah.
Barn
raising everywhere.
Pastor Joe said that on his Patreon this week.
Yes, he did.
Barn raising everywhere.
There's a lot of that going on. We're slackers, man.
I know.
We don't do anything.
We just ramble and sit on the porch.
We were in the truck. How many hours yesterday?
A lot.
A lot of hours yesterday.
But I did not take a picture of the trailer mishap to post on your
Oh,
There was
totally.
a mishap?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Huge mishap.
I did not take a picture though.
We didn't, no. We didn't sink. The trailer's fine. Everybody calm down.
Fine-ish.
I love you did hear about it.
Okay, well, we have to be,
Wasn't paying attention.
we have to be careful with OPSEC.
Right.
But there's well, at one of the places, there's a hard turn.
A hard turn.
A hard turn. And that's a long ass trailer
With significant weight on it.
with significant weight on it. And there was not enough road to cut the truck wide enough to keep the trailer on the road. So I thought, that's fine. There's a small ditch there. Well, the problem was because of the terrain, the small ditch proceeded downhill at a 45-degree angle. So it took another 1-ton, both my truck and the other 1-ton locked in 4-wheel drive to encourage the trailer to not be sitting on its frame at a 45-degree angle to drag it back up and out again.
Now, to your testament, we stopped like 3 minutes before that and tightened the straps.
Yes.
Had we not,
This dude, like,
and I'd say there was wood, because it's on your Patreon, there was wood on it. And
Yes, there was.
Had the straps not been tightened, we would still be picking up wood from it.
Yes, this is true.
So,
Did I not say? I don't know. I just feel like we gotta stop and tighten these straps down. And like one of them was just completely off dangling. We were dragging it down the road, and I was like,
she's gonna do something stupid. I should make sure he tightens it.
I didn't do something stupid. Thank you very much. I was just overcome by physics.
well, that is true.
That's a David way of saying it.
So, here's how I knew that we might be in a little bit of trouble. We're going down this, again, OPSEC, but very steep hill
Yeah.
with a 90-degree turn, right? And we've talked each other's ears off the whole way there. We have so much in common, we just talk and talk and talk. And we start down this hill, and I realize he's pushing on the brakes. And we're not stopping as we continue down this hill. And Bear gets completely silent. And I thought, oh,
Oh shit.
we're going over the side. Because it wasn't, oh, hang on a second, let me concentrate on this. Or, it wasn't that move that we all do of turning down the stereo to see numbers. It was just dead. It went from constant conversation to dead silence. And I thought, well, this is the end.
Here we go.
This is how it goes. Clearly we lived. It worked out. It was a
Or
fun
did
story.
we? Maybe this was pre-recorded and nobody will ever know.
Oh, good point. We're doing this tomorrow. We actually get it stuck tomorrow.
Okay, our minds all just went. What?
In the 11th dimension where the reptilians come from,
Right.
that truck actually flipped.
Oh, do they have Wi-Fi in heaven? We may be doing it from there.
They got everything.
That's true.
A buddy of mine, we were talking one time. He's like, "What do you think heaven's like?" And I was like, "I think heaven's like your stream. It just kind of is flowing through a nice pasture, and we're all hanging out. We're sitting on the corner of the stream or the edge of the stream, and it's the perfect temperature for everybody. Doesn't matter. Like if you're into hoodie weather, it's hoodie weather. If you like 92 and sunny, it's 92. It's the perfect temperature, and it's just the right amount of sun. We're all sitting there, and we're fellowshipping, and everybody's had just the right amount of sleep, and everybody's in a good mood, and everybody has a glass. And whatever you dip your glass into the stream, whatever you want, that's what it is. If you're like, I want an orange creamsicle, boom. I want a Warsteiner Dunkelweiss, boom. I want Jägermeister, boom. Whatever. And we just sat around and we would fellowship all day and never let the word of Yah depart from our mouth. Now, biblically, that's just a really nice idea, but has nothing to do with the biblical concept of heaven, meaning that we are all in the presence of and in service to the Most High. That's heaven. It's perpetual worship with just the shit falling out of our face. I'm crying and there's snot, but I'm happy, but I'm overwhelmed, but I'm like, it's that. Like, if you've ever prayed like that and you're like, what is going on? Like that, it's that. 24/7, 365, right? Yeah, perpetual worship is what it is. But like maybe on Shabbat, yeah, I was like, hey, I love y'all. Go take a break.
Down by the screen.
Change your shirt. It's covered in snot.
Wipe your face.
Good. Yeah, wipe your face. Go sit next to the stream. It's filled with Guinness. Thanks, Yah. You're the best. You know, or whatever, right? So we're not there yet.
Although we are sitting here having a drink of choice.
This is true.
Praising Yah
This is true.
in good weather.
And good
So,
company as well. Yep. Heaven on earth. It's not raining. It's just like random drops of rain.
It's misting and
It's
condensation.
sprinkling.
off
Is that what's
trees,
going
yep.
on? Okay.
Ah.
We had this conversation about just getting rid of that tree. And then I added all the equipment we needed to do that to the Amazon cart. And then I looked and I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna give Cody some money and be like, Cody, cut that tree down. So yeah, I'd
I
rather.
know how we can demolish the barn.
What happened to the barn? We cut the tree down on it. Also, we need to butcher all those chickens.
They just laid down.
What's for dinner for
Died.
next month?
Chicken is all ready for dinner for the next one.
Well, that's
Can
true.
you put a cow out there?
Sam, go get a cow.
Yeah, go get a cow. Bring him a cow.
God, I brought a cow home. Damn it, Sam, we were just kidding.
Rare, please.
Well, there's one portion of the property we need to get some like fence up on. Check it out. Like there's some existing fence. We need to make sure the fence that's there will hold cows, and then yeah, I think we can honestly think about having some cows. But I don't think that's a fall 2020 prior to the election during the Corona apocalypse thing. I think that's
Big goals.
yeah, that's the thing. We have so many other big goals.
Big goals? I mean, come on. You just have to start 2 more businesses. And
Right.
I mean,
What was the business we started earlier? I don't even remember.
yeah, I probably ordered something for it.
Probably.
What is it, freeze-dried lasagna being sent to
Yeah, well, no, Moshe's is real. It's gone from a food truck to freeze-dried now.
right.
O'Shea's freeze-dried chili. It was freeze-dried chili. Not
I feel like the profit margins would be better on freeze-dried.
They would definitely be better on freezer. Have you seen what they're charging for that stuff?
Oh yeah, we're doing freeze-dried.
Let's do freeze-dried.
We'll
Why
pay
not?
for that freeze-dryer in a week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but we got the power bill. It was $9,000. Sweet.
Can we get hot?
Solar-powered freeze-dryer?
Yeah, you can spend your money on the freeze dryer so that me and Mike can start a business with it. Go for it. What do you want?
The quietest one all night.
What?
The quietest one all night.
I know that one.
We'll have to plug him into the living room though, because that's where the dedicated 28 is.
I don't know any electricians though.
No, I'm saying there's already one there.
I got a buddy.
I don't need
You know
an
a guy?
electrician.
I know a guy.
We'll put it right there where the art easel is.
Replace the art easel with
Need
the.
a new shed that has a freeze-dryer. Freeze-dryer.
Yeah, I know a guy. He'll trade
I got
electrical
one.
for therapy.
Got this.
Can we put it in the
Do that
outhouse?
for food. I mean, I'm good. So.
Let's put it in the outhouse. Like, there's a freeze dryer next to the tub. Yeah, we know it's weird. Wash your hands. Right? I haven't seen The Martian, but I loved that book. I really loved it. Earmuffs, kids. That's like the first sentence in that book is like, well, I'm fucked. Like literally, that's the first sentence in the book. I'm like, oh, do tell. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's my book.
Have you read it, The Martian?
No,
You would like it.
I haven't heard
I've woken up in the morning
I can
thinking
order
like,
that from the
like,
Amazon.
well, I'm screwed.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Matt Damon.
the ceiling's flooding. And
Matt Damon. I'm Matt Damon.
America.
We've taken 0 questions tonight.
I
That's
know.
okay though. This needed to happen.
Yeah.
Good evening, Scorptac.
Did we answer them very well?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well.
More questions.
Indeed. What?
More questions.
Yeah, I said
I
there's
don't know.
multiple people reading.
Scorptac just said hi.
Somebody asked.
Happy birthday, Bear.
So you're gonna have to get rid of that sign. It's causing too
Just
much
go with it
drama.
now.
So Betty Booth asked, "What's Aslo's lasagna?" And I'm like,
Oh.
"Hey,
Very
happy
good team
birthday."
meetup, been worth it. Amen, Brad. Thank you. Dudley, man. Hey, Dudley, it was great to see you earlier, brother. Best live stream yet, Bear. Logan, bless you, brother. Well, man, that's just going to make it impossible to do another one after
I'll
this.
have to stay.
Amen. Thank you. I'm trying to understand God's plan. Grandma said, Mama can't do stairs for a year. We live on the 2nd floor. We can't afford to move. She took 4 steps to the walker today, which is good. Hey, Tales from the Cryptid, just keep praying.
Yep.
Just keep saying, all right, Father, I'm here, and I have no idea how the hell this is supposed to work, but you do. Show me what you need me to do, and I will do it. And just keep going. Tenacity is one of the most underrated things on the face of the planet. I was talking with Brother Forrest about this the other day. In fact, I mentioned it on the Patreon video earlier today, and it kind of took a couple people by surprise when I said this. I said, I have 3 ways to problem solve. The first is logic. I will talk you out of that bad idea. The next is violence of action. I will beat you out of that bad idea. And the last is sheer force of will. No. Not happening. No. Well, yeah, but no.
Where's your mask, Bear?
No. Not happening. And so, if I can't, and this is me. This is not a recommendation for you. This is me. If I can't think my way out of a situation, if I can't fight my way out of a situation, I just very simply no. Sheer force of will. What are you going to do? You know how many people I have seen crumple in the face of sheer force of will? I have gotten so much shit done in my life because of that. Like, I am not, by any means, the most graceful climber of anything, whether it be trees or cell phone towers or power structures or wind turbines or anything. But if I decide I'm taking this big ass from here up to there, the end. I'm going. Sheer force of will. We're doing this. I'm doing this. It's happening. And then a funny thing happens. You do it. And everybody else around you goes, shit, I guess we're doing this. And then they are. And then you are. And then the next thing you know, when you, for example, roll up to a project in South Texas that's 1,600 square miles and there's no project there at all. There's nothing but sand dunes and scraggly looking cattle and mesquite bushes, and they go, hey, we need a bunch of wind turbines here. Well, that's going to be hard as hell, but okay, let's do it. How? Figure it out. Well, I don't know if we can. Yeah, we can. Well, it's going to be hard, but yeah, it's going to be hard. Well, it's going to cut. Yeah, it's going to cost money. Well, what are we going to do? Do it. Yeah, but do it. How are we going to do it? Well, it's going to be difficult. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Do it. Yeah, but what about don't care? Do it. Well, what do you think? I don't think. Do it. Sheer force of will. So, most people completely underestimate tenacity. Sometimes you just need to be uncompromising in your conviction to get shit done. And it's a good skill to have. Just, no, we're doing this. Like, hey, let's go to Muskogee and rebuild this lady's house in 10 days. Boom. Done. Hey, look, a ministry that rehabilitates victims of human trafficking and sex crimes. Should we fix it? Yeah, let's fix it. Oh, scope creep. Now we're fixing all of it. Should we? Yes. But how are we gonna? Don't care. What about that? Don't know. How are we gonna? Don't know. What are we gonna do? Do it. Yeah, but yeah, I know it's hard. Where's the money coming from? Don't know. Y'all, bless y'all. Yeah, but what about? Don't know. Do it. Yeah, but do it. What about? Don't know. Do it. And a lot of times, all it takes is one person to go, no, we're doing this. But yeah, but no, you misunderstood me when I said we're doing this. This is happening. Help it happen, or GTFO. So, I know.
Do it.
I need a therapist. Do you
I know.
Do you
I know a
any?
good one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Can you recommend him?
Sure. I'll send you an email.
Okay.
Renee likes to do the whole non-conforming conforming.
Hey man, your gun's shining light on your pocket, or your light's shining pocket on your gun. I don't know. Something's happening over there. Be the light, brother. Be the light.
On your pistol.
Renee likes to do the what?
We say I don't have the violence one. The
Right.
Two. So I do what I call it's like non-compliance compliance. So if I walk into some place that's like handing out masks and I just hold up a mask and go, I got it, thanks, and keep going. I'm not putting it on. But I like, it's a whole like, no, we're not going to do something, but you shake your head yes.
Right.
They're so confused that they just, okay. You know, and so I don't have the violence one.
Right.
I'm just little and have a weird fighting stance.
Like a fighting stance.
Like my fighting stance, it's confusing. You're just like, I don't know. She's shaking her head yes, and she says yes, and she's smiling when she says it, but she's still saying no. So
So confused.
I don't know.
And
So
a little
that's
scared.
my thing. Yeah, I'm like, you know, a little. You're at grace. You just smile a lot, shake your head. You just like the whole. If you carry a clipboard, look like you know where you're going. You can get just about anywhere. That's what I do. I just like, okay, thank you,
And then
appreciate
there's
it.
us.
Bye.
Yeah.
Walking in, you know.
Yeah. Then it's like, hey, sir, you need to wear it. No.
No.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, but don't make me tell you again. No.
I just say
So-
yes, of course, and then just don't do it.
No.
She was yelling at
No.
the old man because he had his nose out.
Oofda. What else? Oh my
And you
gosh.
could tell he was having trouble breathing in his mouth.
Oh man. Fibers.
I don't think I will.
No, I'm good. How's it going, T? Concrete Haiti Shalom, brother.
Sunglasses and hand to the face.
Nice. Angela Rose is sassy pants. You gotta watch out for her. It's not really my birthday.
You gotta get rid of that sign. God, it's caused so much trouble today.
Shaloha, Keith and Maria. Shaloha, bless y'all.
Hey,
Keith and Maria are
we got another hour
awesome.
and a half. It's my birthday.
Another hour? Is that late already? Holy cow.
Good conversations, man.
Yeah, I know. Right?
New record. This beat the 2 weeks ago. beat
I don't.
the-
Still
I don't
300
think it
people hanging
does.
out. Almost 400 people hanging out.
Well, actually, yeah, it's almost 3.5 hours. Holy cow. No wonder. Savvy Actual. Alex GDP. Shalom, Alex GDP.
That she smacked Ripley for saying something.
What?
Don't know what.
Did you smack
I was
her?
well inside, but she was like, Mama, you said this. You know what you said. You said to smack people.
Oh,
Does the thing start now?
Ripley in the face.
So, no, they're all sitting on the couch.
Said I order you guys some
So I
pizza.
corrected her and like,
Good luck.
don't smack people.
It'll get here on Thursday because that doesn't happen
There may
here.
be a story behind that.
Not that they could find it.
You look
we wanted to
hungry.
watch something else.
It's my life story.
Yeah.
Hangry is what that's called.
You look hungry is not much of an excuse. It's like, you just woke up. Are you hungry? Yes. Hey, it's bedtime. Do you want something to eat? Yes.
Actually.
I actually had to get some fries earlier because I've been trying to do the not carbs thing, but the poor little waitress was like, bring me an order of fries. She goes, but you told me no carbs on the plate. I said, not on that plate. I want another plate with fries on it.
100% true.
Yep.
She's like, okay.
She goes,
Good job eating your broccoli.
Yeah. She's like, but no carbs. I said, look, I have a headache that goes from here to here, and it's focused right here. Bring me carbs. She's like, okay, I'm going right now. Good for you.
This is the literal conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how you get a $20 tip on a $30 bill, because you make fries appear like that. So, she did good. But yeah. Yeah. So.
She's watching up your initial.
Girly
Just
physique.
make sure she heard you right. She's like, I don't think I'm hearing you correctly.
He's trying to maintain his feminine physique.
That it's working terribly.
No six packs. No six packs on
Pony keg.
on this camera.
Got a pony keg. No six pack.
Man size. We're all man size.
The six-pack there somewhere.
It's. I mean, I've got
Hey,
the
when
muscles.
It's protected.
Yeah.
When I had my appendix out, the surgeon goes, hey, I gotta tell you something. I was like, okay. He goes, you're gonna be in a lot of pain. I was like, yeah, you just cut me wide open. He goes, you have the thickest abdominal muscles I've ever seen. I was like, I'm flattered. They're under there? He goes, oh yeah, they're under there. I was like, sweet. He goes, yeah, I had to stitch you inside, middle, and outside, so you're gonna be sore for a while. And I was like, I'm strangely honored by this conversation. Thank you, Doc.
Yet in such pain.
Yeah, yeah. Ah!
Yeah. Yeah,
That
that
was-
grip with the button. That would be good.
So, I was out one night until midnight, drinking at the bar, and I come home, a buddy of mine, I'm like, man, my stomach hurts. It's like, oh, it must have been something you ate. I'm like, I don't know, man, my stomach hurts. He's like, you're fine, whatever. So I go lay down, and I'm a stomach sleeper. I'll sleep like face down, hugging a pillow, right? And I just couldn't get comfy. So I'm laying on my left side, which is not something I normally do, and I'm like, gosh, my stomach really hurts. Whatever, get some sleep. Wake up the next morning. I go to a job site, climb 7 like 100+ foot pine trees, top them all out. I'm limbing them out. I'm just completely removed. I'm like, oh man, my stomach is just, I don't know what I ate. My stomach hurts. Get done, literally take down 7, like a semi-load worth of logs worth of pine trees, get them all on the ground, trip all the limbs, get back to the house. It's about noon. So I spend 5 hours dropping pine trees. Come home, it's now noon. Still can't eat. My stomach hurts. Split 2 cords of firewood with an axe.
Of course.
Right? Because I'm me. I'm like, ah! Ah! And my buddy's like, hey man, maybe you should go to the hospital. I'm like, you think? He's like, you've been kind of bitching for the last 24 hours. And I'm like, all right, let's go. So we go to the hospital, and they're like, where does it hurt? I'm like, it's like here, but actually coming down over here. And they're like, and then the nurse goes, I was like, ah! From triage to surgery in 5 minutes.
Congratulations.
They're like, good news, you have appendicitis. I was like, awesome. They're like, and they gave me a quart jar with my appendix in it. They're like, do you want this? I was like, that thing looks incredibly bad. Yeah, I want that. Give me that thing.
She pokes it. Congratulations, it's
Yeah.
a boy, and it's coming out.
Yeah. She was like, oh! She's like, yeah, your appendix is about to burst. It's like, awesome. And I had told my dad the night before when I got home from the bar, I was like, I don't know, I think it might be my appendix. He goes, if it was your appendix, you'd be rolling around on the floor screaming in pain. I was like, okay. Dad knows best, right? Go to get some sleep, go cut some trees the next day. Yeah. He comes, and this is ridiculous. He comes to the hospital and is like, what are you doing? I was like, I had appendicitis. He's like, oh, oops. Oops, right? Then my mom comes in and is like, oh my, she gets so worried. She has a minor heart attack. They take her, I'm on the 3rd floor. They take her to the 5th floor. So she's laying in bed on the 5th floor. I'm on the 3rd floor. And so I had this surgery. I'm laying in bed. They're like, and by the way, your mom's on the 5th floor. She had a heart attack. What? I'm like, what? And so I remember there was a little white nurse and a big black nurse, both super cool ladies. But one of them was a really big black lady, and one of them was a little tiny white lady. And the little white lady was like, you need to lay down, don't move. And the black lady's like, oh no, honey, get up. I was like, what? And she goes, get up. And so I sit up. Ugh. And the little white lady, she goes, no, lay down. And she pushes him. She's like, no, you got to get up and walk around. No, lay down. No, you got to get up. I'm like, okay. And I get up, and she's like, no, I was like, I'm not laying down. I'm already up. Why am I up? And she's like, you got to walk. I was like, okay. She goes, if you don't walk, your pooper ain't going to work. I was like, excuse me? She's like, you got to keep it moving. I'm like, okay. And so they gave me one of those IV poles. But I just walked bare ass around the hospital. No, yeah, yep. Just walking around. They're like, "Where are you going?" Because she goes, "You got to do 30 steps." And I'm like, "F it, I'm up." And then, so I go down the hallway, and I'm going to the elevator. She's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm gonna go see my mom." So I went up to the 5th floor, and they're like, "What are you doing up here?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm walking so that I can shit later." And they're like, "What?" Like, "Where's my mom?"
That's the scientific term.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm walking so I can shit later.
Yeah.
Literally. That's how they write it on that chart.
Yeah. Yep. And I just walked around bare-assed. Good times.
That's like the 3rd time we've had to say bare-assed.
Well,
we talked about surgery earlier.
Yeah.
And then you had your chaps.
What, baby?
Toddler stuff.
That's when you should have had your chaps on.
I should have had my chaps on. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, the other thing, too, is like you were talking earlier about like getting your shirts tailored. Those hospital gowns are not made for people our size.
No.
It's like, bring me the 19X. Oh, you mean size medium made in China. You know what I mean?
They put one forwards and then they put one backwards on you.
Oh,
If
that's
you're
a
like
good
really
idea.
pregnant to cover the whole thing. They just put 2 on you but facing the opposite way.
I know, I have one too, they brought me this freaking paper gown that was like taped together in the shoulder.
Oh, the paper gowns are the worst.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
like started ripping like immediately.
Yeah. It's like, why am I wearing this? Just bring me a curtain, like anything.
A sheet, like the sheet would be fine.
Yeah.
One of my operations, they did like what you're talking about with 3.
Toga style.
Yeah. And I was a lot smaller at that point in time too. And I'm like, can you at least turn one of them upside down so I have, like, it just makes sense.
They're made for normal people, not for bears and ABTs.
No, they're not bear approved.
You would think they could have 2 sizes at least. Look at a hospital. Like,
I'm saying, like, options are good, you know, but for real though, if the gown won't work, just bring me a curtain, bring me a sheet,
Wrap it
like
around.
whatever. Yeah, toga. That's exactly right. Exactly. He's swinging the banana bag around.
Room dividers down. Throw it over your
Yeah.
shoulders.
At least just knock me out so I don't care.
everybody's
You know.
tried a toga at some point in their life. They could
What's going on with 4-3 toga party?
What, honey? I don't want to hear your toga party stories. Come on now.
Just 3 days ago.
Just,
Well, that was the night I got shot with beanbag bullets, so.
Oh my god.
you got beanbagged
Slow
at
down
a
real
toga party?
Yeah.
What are you, Antifa? What's going? Chip and Bear sticker. I don't know about all that.
probably a better offline.
Yeah. Maybe after we hit stop.
Yeah.
On that one.
Yeah.
It'll be an awful story.
Trevor Kraft, bless you. Long live stream. What time is it?
I think you beat the back porch girls.
10:30. 10:30.
Insert joke.
Hey, bro. Shalom. Bama Buckeye. Shalom, brother.
I like that about that.
Luis R. is feeling happy. I like Bama Buckeye too. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Insert joke. Should I
Yep.
insert a joke?
If a joke is all you got to insert, I apologize, man.
Hey.
Hey. You know why women are
We're
bad
gonna
with
get banned.
distance? Because all their life they've been told this is 8 inches. So it's true.
What's the Buckeye joke?
I don't have one.
Oh, a Buckeye joke?
Oh, I thought you had a joke.
No. You got a dad joke.
Send it.
So this guy goes to a bar.
Uh-huh.
He always got to start with that, right? Goes to a
Right.
bar, and he gets smashed. Way more smashed than he should be. So smashed that he throws up on himself.
Oof.
He's like, oh man, my wife's gonna kill me. He's telling the bartender, my wife's gonna kill me. He's like, here's what you do. You put $10 in your pocket when you go home. If she gets mad, tell her, look, this some guy got drunk and puked on me, but he gave me $10 for the dry cleaning. He's like, oh, it's a genius idea, I'm gonna do that. So he puts the money in his pocket. He stumbles home. His wife wakes up. She's like, what the hell happened to you? There's puke all over you. He's like, somebody puked all over me. They got so drunk. And he gives her the money out of his pocket. He's like, but he gave me $10 for dry cleaning. She's like, yeah, but there's $20 here. He said, well, he also shit my pants.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Favorite one.
What are you gonna be when you grow up?
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
They're completely bankrupt now, aren't they?
Yes, they're gone. Yeah.
I don't want to grow up
Yep.
because if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
I was thinking about being a therapist.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it.
Give it a shot.
You should probably lean into that. I'm thinking.
I'm all angry and a
Toys
Viking.
R Us,
Yeah.
color stripes. Yeah, right by the,
It's a pretty specific niche, but you seem to be rocking it. You know.
Well, I have a lot of school loans, so
It's whatever. But you got cool letters after your name.
yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
I must say.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, Dr. Bear PhD would be interesting. You know what I mean? But we're not going there. Renee, take a memo. Harmony and Renee both groaned at the same time. They're like, nah, no, not doing it.
honored doctorate from somewhere?
Honorary, yeah.
We should,
Honorary
yeah,
doctorate.
we should start reaching out for that. Bear wants an honorary doctorate.
No. She just knows.
They're
Sheer
free.
force of will coming from over there.
They're
No.
free.
No, she just doesn't want to put up with Dr. Bear.
No,
Yeah.
that's
She's
yeah.
just imagining when she goes to bed.
My wife
Call me
fights that
doctor.
battle. Yeah. Well, and when I was getting it, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be one of those guys that has people call me doctor. I'm never gonna introduce myself as doctor. I'm not gonna sign it on anything. And then I realized how hard it was and how much it cost. Like I signed doctor on everything. I still introduced myself as Trevor in the office, but I signed it on everything.
Aunt Tifa.
Like words, and I add going, nope.
Yep.
Let me go, nope.
So you know how on the Baofeng Chargers, they have that like black box with the two prongs that sticks out that plugs into the wall?
Mm-hmm.
So one was underneath the dining room table this morning, prongs up. And before, as I was getting onto the church pew that serves as the bench at the dining room table this morning for the brief, I stepped on it. I have the most ridiculous blood blister on the bottom of my foot. Look at that.
That's not?
Look at that. It hurts like hell.
Need some oil on that.
Some oil on that? What oil would you recommend?
Tree.
Because it's literally an open wound at this point.
Yeah, helichrysum would
Helichrysum?
Yeah.
Screwball? Okay.
I was gonna say whiskey, perhaps.
The Chargers, that is. I already miss Dudley. I'm more like, why is Dudley not here with
Yeah.
us? There's a void in my
I get
heart.
to say bye.
He's kind of still here.
I know he's still here.
He's driving.
Oregano? No.
No.
I get to say bye.
No, oregano is hot, hot, hot.
No.
I'm feeling hot, hot, hot.
Oregano would burn.
Yes, oregano would burn.
Everybody
Yeah, you ever
with
seen
any
oregano
sense said
oil?
no at the same time. No.
Chili's coming back to haunt me.
Oregano would probably clean it, but I once had like it was oregano in a carrier. But I told Forrest, I was like, here, open your mouth, and I put a whole dropper full.
A1P. What's going on with
He was
A1P?
like, oh.
Numero dos together currently. Awesome, A1P. That is
That's
awesome.
What was bad is in the morning we were cutting peppers to put into the egg. Jalapeno peppers to put in the eggs.
We made a
And I was like, I
Mexican
gotta go to the
egg
bathroom.
casserole.
I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Went to the bathroom, come back out, cutting some more. I'm like,
Somebody didn't wash their hands
shower
first.
with yogurt.
I'm like, I don't know, fix it. I'm like handing him yogurt into the
I did see
shower.
you, Dudley. I did. I was teaching a class though. I did see you though.
I'm like handing him milk.
Thank you.
Like a whole quart of yogurt. I'm like, just put it everywhere.
Tap the glass.
Did he?
While I was teaching, yeah.
Capsaicin is not water.
I did see you.
You gotta use oil.
He ran into the shower with it.
He's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
Maybe peppermint would help cool my sunburn down.
Well,
Oh!
we're gonna put a bow on this thing.
Yeah, A1P. Man, I need some A1P gear.
It's the best.
I'm definitely.
It is the best.
I've got a license for those. I need to reach out and get some gear.
Eyes are tired indeed. Hey, we're gonna do a little bit more back porch sitting ourselves, but this is a long live stream. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Very good.
Good one.
3 hours and 40 minutes rather. Bless y'all, Bear Nation. I will see you guys in the morning for the brief, and then please check out the Angry Viking Therapist.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, you're awesome. Appreciate you.
It's been a good time.
It's been a good
Good
time.
conversations to have.
Shalom, y'all.